Good morning, gamers, and welcome back to Hellstormwargaming. What a day it's been already. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Mikey, and welcome to the morning news show where I tell you about all the things that are happening on the general internet. And sometimes we paint some Warhammer. Sometimes we talk about Warhammer, sometimes we don't. But I do really appreciate you all tuning in. So sorry I'm late. We're actually lucky that I'm live. I think my microphone is working because some numpty decided to update OBS yesterday and then not check all of his plugins, and half of them aren't compatible or are now paid for, which was terrible. But I got OBS installed and it seems we're live. Looks like we're live. We're live? We're live. We're all good. We're good. So say hello if you are watching live, and if you're watching this back, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Make sure you tune in every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday at 7, Wednesday at 10, and Friday at 8. All UK times. I stream every single week, 3 times a week. So welcome. Hello. Again, come and say hello if you are here. Yeah. Let me know what's popping. What's popping? Let me tell you what's popping with me. I've been editing so much. I have a battle report coming out today with Jules and Beanie from Live and Let's Dice. It's a little bit delayed. I wanted to release it the same day they did the Titan video, and then they told me that they're releasing the Titan video like 4 hours before it was going to go live, so I didn't manage to get it finished. I spent all day working on it yesterday, and I just haven't finished it yet. So it's going to come out today. That's the plan. So I've been working on that. I've been working on the BAM drama, which we talked about last week. There's a little bit more to add to that, and that's going to be coming out this week. And I've been preparing for Friday's stream. So Friday's stream, I'm really excited for it. It's our first. I still need a name for it, but like the Boys Club Gamer versus Gamers. That's the name I've got so far. I really need a better name to it. But yeah, so me and Elliot are going head to head in a video game brawl, a video game tournament, live on stream at 8 PM. So I'm super excited for that. We were talking about it in the Discord yesterday, !Discord. Speaking of which, thank you so much to Louis Thompson Greg for being a member for 7 months. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a member, buddy. We're actually trying to hit 10 members every single stream. And this is the first one. This is the start of a new streak, okay? Start of a new streak, all right? We're going to have to do a giveaway. I'm going to have to find something if we hit 10 members. So thank you so much to Louis Thompson for gifting us 5. There we go. We're already halfway there. We're already there. Thank you so much, Louis Thompson, for the 5 gifted and being a member yourself. There we go. We're already halfway to the goal. Thank you so much, mate. So we're gonna have to do a giveaway at the end of if we hit 10 members, and that's what because we cocked up Monday. I wasn't in the mood. I was a bit tired, and I didn't stream very well, and we didn't get enough members. So now you've forced my hand, and I'm gonna have to do a giveaway every time we hit 10 members. Okay. So thank you so much, Louis Thompson, for the 5 gifted, mate. You are a legend. Mate. Thank you so much. Absolute G unit in chat. Thank you. But yeah, so this Friday we've got like a thing where we're gonna play video games on stream against each other, 1v1. Whoever loses, we're gonna do like first to 5. Whoever loses, we're gonna do like a forfeit. So I've got some forfeits wrote down that the chat was suggesting yesterday. Again, the Discord !Discord in chat. But nothing's working today. !Discord in chat to join. Oh, that works. Thanks. Okay. And then you can join, you can chat, you can say thank you to Big C, Raziel, and Mercenary! Mercenary, mate! Big C! Raziel! Let's go, baby! We've already hit 12! Alright, okay, we have to do a giveaway. Oh, shit. I haven't prepared for this whatsoever. I'm just like, what do I do? Okay. Thank you. We're gonna do a giveaway. Should we say 10:30 before we get into the drama? I want Brother Virginus. I could give that away, that's for sure. Thank you so much for all the gifted memberships, guys. I really appreciate it. If you just become a member, Tung, Nick, Jack, Magnetar, Kyle, Andrew, make sure you say thank you to Mercenary. Bodger, make sure you say thank you to Big C. Raziel, we say thank you to you directly. And Riverside Miniatures has also gifted a membership. Holy fuck. Tung, make sure you say thank you to Riverside. And then Hickser, George Buck, Andy Evans, Ian Barnfield, BC Big Chief. Make sure you say thank you to Louis Thompson, Greg. Holy shit, guys. Holy shit. Thank you so much. I love the wild eye star. That's where my shelf is, okay? It's the shelf of doom. Let's go, Organ. Thank you so much for the 5, mate. Really appreciate it. The non-emissary is a great kit. What is actually also a really good kit that I built yesterday is this bad boy. Hell yeah. The Lictor. The Lictor is such a beautiful kit. Is he going to say it again? It does say it again. I've broken it. I've broken it. The Lictor is a beautiful kit. I don't care that this is arguably the worst type of build. This is only one worse than this. It's where it stood up straight. You can't hide this Lictor anywhere because the things are so high. But I don't care. It looks amazing. It's so good. So good. Met a sub gold already. I'm already 5 minutes in. I know. What? That's crazy. On Monday, we were only got 4. And I was like, I ended stream. And I was like, Georgie, my career's over. I have fell off now. Okay. I've not had Poo Dice Gate in like 4 weeks. I fell off. Okay. Didn't even hit 10 members. I was like kicking myself, but I was like, you know what? I didn't really deserve it because I didn't really do anything. I was just like opening boxes. But thank you so much, guys. All come in. That's super cool of you. Super kind. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Molly for advantage is cringe. That's the coolest pose. It is the coolest pose. It's actually mixture. It's actually mixture, guys. Okay. So it's the legs from the completely crouching one. And then I built the second half. There's like 3 ways to build it, right? There's like stood up straight, cringe. There's one that's super crouched, you know, modeling for advantage. So I use the modeling for advantage legs because the legs go together kind of differently. And that head, and then the body format and the arms from the second build. That's what we did. It's very cool. It's very cool. You've not fallen off, mate. Great content. Nah, I have fell off. I am fell off, mate. I fell off. Imagine if you had a rule set where body for advantage wasn't a thing. Yeah, I do think my biggest gripe with Warhammer is being able to shoot any part of the model. Like, why can a Lictor die from being shot there? You know? Why can a Grey Knight die from shooting his sword? It's so dumb. It's so frustrating. He should just be like, I don't know. It should be something. Blood loss. I guess so. But like, a sword? The end of a spiky, like a bone piece thing? That'd be stupid. That'd be stupid. Okay, so what do we give away? We could give away Brother Virginus, but that feels a bit tight because he's the shittest one in there. I do have something. Okay, I'll give away. I know I'm going to give away. I've decided. It's a good price. It's a good price. It's worth about the same as how many members we've had. It's not like a shit price. Can you preview any of that sweet terrain? Do you know what? I'll go and grab some. Shall I? Because I've nearly finished. Here it is. You're welcome. No, the last set of terrain I'm actually printing is player placed, right? So obviously I use 5 different... I'm using 5 different types of terrain. Obviously, we have the WTC style, which I'm hopefully working with a new company for. I'm hopefully speaking to them next week, get some finalization, which is cool. We use LGT or UKTC. We use Game Mat. Game Mat have been a long-time sponsor of our events, which is super cool. Then we use Warhammer US Open. So you've all of you seen that. We've used that on the channel multiple times. The one I haven't used on the channel so much is actually by Proxy Wars, and this is what we use for player placed. And for 3D Printer Bros, I do have a link, !Proxy Wars, or !Proxy it might be. They like make very quick to print, pretty functional terrain, which is quite cool. So essentially, all of it has some cool, it's black, so it's obviously printed in black, but as you can see, it has some quite cool details on. So these are the wall sections. Here's another type. As you can see, some nice detail. The camera is struggling because it's black. Obviously, it needs to be painted. But on the back, it's all flat, as you can see, because it's actually printed directly to the bed, which makes printing really quick. And what they've designed is quite a cool system of, like, basically things that snap together. Now, it will be glued, but, like, this is also printed flat. This is, like, the structure piece, as you can see. So it's, like, printed flat to the bed there. You get that cool... I love this texture they've printed on the PAI sheet. But what you get is, like, terrain that can be printed very quickly. Now, on the inside, leaves a little bit to be desired. But on the outside, you get, like, quite a nice L piece. Now, it's got another little support structure here. This isn't, like, a full building that I've got here, so I can't build much more after this. But you got, like, the outside piece that goes there. You might have seen it on stream. I was talking about it last week. So there's some bits that I need to print that go in here. But as you can see, something very quickly can build up. You can put another level on. Obviously, we'll be doing some slightly smaller levels to go on top. You can, like, print out some buildings very, very quickly. I printed, like essentially 7 sets of everything for, like, all the buildings in, like, 3 or 4 days. So, like, that's something that, like... something that's quite cool. So Exclamation Proxy, they sell their files for these, and they go together. And if you don't want to, like, glue it, as you just saw, you just pull it apart again. So there's not much else to show you. I can go grab a built one. I'll give you a sec. So this is the exact same, it's just the finished piece. So this is the exact same design, the same concept, but I've glued it together. So as you can see, leaves a little bit to be desired on the inside because it's flat, but great for playing in because it means you're not going to catch your fingers on it without seeing. But on the outside, it's got quite a nice design. So as you can see, we just printed the bottom level. I haven't got much else to show you because, like, with manufacturing this sort of printing, you're not printing, like, a building at a time. I'm printing, like, 12 tables worth of this bit and then 12 tables worth of this bit. So there's not a lot to show you. Let's try. Is it Proxy Wars? Thanks, Mercenary. Catch you in a bit, buddy. Proxy Wars, I think. That should work. Oh yeah, so that's the link to the squad markers. But they do say you get a discount on everything if you use code Hellstorm at checkout. So yeah, so, like, this is glued together just because it's going to be in a tournament. So I don't want people, like, knocking it and pushing it down. But if you had a printer and you wanted, like, something that's, like, really easy to store, then this would be perfect because it just slot together and it just snaps together, which is really nice. And, like, it is fun. It's fun to put together, but I'm going to be gluing it. But yeah, like, when you're batch printing like I am, I'm not going, I'm printing this, and then building one building. I'm going, right, I need this piece, and I've got 12 tables, and there's 4 of these buildings on each table. So that's, how many is that? 48. Oh, and I need 2, so I'll mirror it. So I need 96. 96 of these, I'm printing 2 at a time, you know, on each printer. So it's kind of like, it's one of those. I'm just batch printing them in it. So it's not super exciting to look at. But that's the goal. That's what we're printing towards. So using the set of proxy stuff I got in one of your giveaways. Oh yeah, we gave away a whole table worth, didn't we? I remember. You must have won it, David. Nice one, buddy. But yeah, the design's come on a little bit since then, which is the nice thing about 3D printing terrain is they can update the design on the fly. But yeah, we worked with Proxy Wars for a long time. They're a really good company to work with. They're really, really nice. They've done a lot for us. They supplied a bunch of tables for our terrain for our tournaments for free. I'm just expanding on that now. And yeah, they're just really nice. They're just really nice to work with. Make nice terrain. Again, like, it's nice on the outside. The inside's like a bit bland, a bit rubbish. You could do something on the inside if you want to, but what it does do is if you are making it yourself, it makes it really quick, because normally for 3D printing, for example, if you wanted to print this, it'd be printed this way, you know, and it would print straight up. But what they've done is by putting it all flat on its side, they've made it to be you can print really quickly, and that's kind of like the benefit of it. So, like, these two walls at the bottom, like this piece, if I just printed this bottom section here, it might take like 10 hours or something like that, depending what printers you use. I'm using, I say relatively old, at least a year-old printer now, so they're quite slow. But what they've done is they've turned it sideways. You can print the bottom in like 6. So you like save a lot of time printing loads. So like trying to print hundreds and hundreds of hundreds and hundreds of pieces like I am. It's just so much more convenient. And yeah, there's no supports on these. It's all supportless, which means it's quicker because you don't have to print the supports. You don't have to clean it up afterwards, and it saves money because you don't waste the plastic. You know. Save time and electricity. Exactly, yeah. But it's just one of those. I've got 3 printers running. I've got one that's out of action at the minute. I can't quite get to it because there's so many boxes in the way. But yeah, so like I've got 3 just churning away. So like one of them is just printing those upright supports like at the minute. So I've got one that's printing these, 2 of these at a time. I've got one that's just printing these, 3 at a time. I've had one that's printing this section, this grey bit here, and now it's working on these. It's working on these smaller ones. So, but again, it's one of those because I'm printing so many, and I'm like, all right, okay, I need like 104 pieces of this one, so you're going to print this file 10 times. I guess having the inside plane is something that particularly for comp setups doesn't really matter. Well, no, I mean, it's like the inside of the building you could decorate, but a lot of the time you can't see because if you think about it, it's on a table, it's in front of you, and it's like you can't really you can't see a lot of the time. Now, yeah, when you look in, you're like, oh, it's a bit plain in there, a bit rubbish, but a lot of the time it's just dark, so you can't see. So you could do loads with it, you could add to it loads, but this is like the point of it is you can print really fast. So the inside is just as detailed as most new build houses. Excellent. Saving Lecky is a bonus. I've learned that since my work's put me in charge of 3D printing on demand. Yeah, for sure, mate. So time of printing is like super crucial these days. What nonsense are we waffling? Well, we got a giveaway to do. Someone get tag Mercenary. The giveaway's happening. He just said he's going into meeting. I'll tag him on Discord. Mercenary. Giveaway time. I don't need to miss out because he just gifted 5 memberships. We're doing a giveaway, yeah, because I'm trying to hit 10 members every single stream, so we're going to give away a little something today. I said I'd do it at past, and it's now 25 to. Or 3D printing on demand. I've never gone to print it will buy prints. 3D printing on demand is like I imagine either supplying stock that is 3D printed, so like you order something and when you order it gets 3D printed, or you send in a file and be like, I want this printed, please. You know, I don't know what DOAG does specifically, but I imagine it's one of those 2. Could you mirror the print and glue it to the inside if you want to have detailed inside? You could definitely do that, but the way the system works is you'd have to like chop the top because obviously it like slides in. But yeah, you could like mirror the inside or glue stuff on the inside, obviously. What am I typing? I'm about to make breakfast. I'm just asking Mercenary Q. He's not come back. I don't want him to miss out. I'm going to feel really bad. I did say, though. Giveaway. All right. We need a keyword. We need a keyword. So, we've hit 10 members. So I'm going to give away Brother Virginus. Brother Virginus. But Brother Virginus alone is pretty cringe. So, I still have it. Oh, is he gone? I knew. I thought I saw him this morning. Right, we'll do that. we're also going to give away some Deathwatch veterans because I'm not going to use them anymore. Because they're a very cool kit. Here we go. Shall we bundle them or separate? Bundle or separate? Type in chat now. Bundle or separate? What do you reckon? Bundle, go big or go home? Bundle, bundle. Separate, desperate. Bundle, all separate. Separate, separate. Everyone's like, I don't fancy my chances to win. A lot more people are saying separate. Okay. Quick offload those Deathwatch now. A lot of people saying separate. Okay. Which one shall we do first? Who wants Deathwatch when they nerf this hard? I mean, this unit is still good. It's just not as good. And it's loads of Space Marine bits, you know? And it's free. 2 chances to lose, be a double loser. You want to do Deathwatch first? Deathwatch first, okay. So, it is free to enter. However, if you are a member, it is going to be 10. You're going to have 10 entries compared to 1. Okay? So, if you are Grey Name Cringe, now's the time to not be Grey Name Cringe because you'll have 10 times less chance to win. But there is a way to enter for free. Legally, we're all good. Okay? Is it an airplane just went into intention? Yeah, because I hate it. Okay, shall we we're gonna do a giveaway. Look, Mikey never liked the Deathwatch lore at all. Is there any way buying new Space Marine heroes in the UK? No, mate. Not yet. We need a keyword for the Deathwatch. Nerfed. Maybe nerfed. How's that? Okay, so we're gonna give away the Deathwatch first. The Deathwatch first. Type exclamation point. Let me just make sure it's all good working. Type exclamation point nerfed in chat. Okay. Exclamation point nerfed in chat. If you are a member, or if you are not a member, you will have 1 chance to win. If you are a member, green name good. Green name gets 10 entries per type in. Okay. So every time you type in once, you get 1 entry. If you are green name, you get 10. Okay. So exclamation point nerfed in chat if you want some free stuff. Free veterans. Look at them. They're very pretty. They're brand new. They're still sealed. They come with loads of weapons. Some of them even get rules. The joke is, chat, is that I bought these to play Deathwatch at Atlanta and then they nerfed them. Exclamation point naff. So, yes, if you are a member, 10 entries to win. If you're not a member, 1 entry to win. That's how I'm doing. Good lad, Mercenary. Mercenary's in the giveaway. Didn't want him to miss out. There is 32 people entered. You only have to enter once. Tier 3J, you haven't entered. Lord Nerdbane, Diowag, David J, Conga Stewie hasn't entered. Hey, Conga Stewie, how are you? Just making sure you're getting in the giveaway. Never heard it. But if you would like to win some free Deathwatch Marines, it is available to all. We're giving away some Deathwatch because we hit the member goal. I'm going to do a giveaway every time we hit the member goal. But we can make it fun. We can make the member goal bigger, but the prizes get bigger as well whilst we're on a streak. That's what I was thinking. Okay. I don't want Space Marines. Well, you could sell them and buy something else. You know, you can do what you want. I'm not your mom. So like next stream, we could be like 15 members, but there's a bigger prize to win. And then 20 members, but there's a bigger prize to win. So there's 34 people in. David J, Diowag, Lord Nerdbane, and Tier 3J aren't entered, but I think everyone else is. Just for reference. Cool. Where's my screen gone? There we go. As you can see, all of these people with a little blue tick next to them, a little blue circle, means you've entered. If it's grey like this, you haven't entered. I need no Deathwatch Grey Knights for live. Yeah, but these come with nice bits for Grey Knights. Like the cool arms. The cool arms. The heads are nice to use in Grey Knights. Is the bigger prize 2 boxes of Deathwatch? Yeah. Need some Marines for my biker house. You do have a lot of biker house, Big C. My Mikey's doing Deathwatch. That's going to be a present to him if I snag it. Well, here we go. We're going to roll it in 3, 2, 1. Congratulations to Decknell! Well done, Deck. Oh, Decknell, imagine if they'd not done separate prizes. You would have just won both. Decknell, my brother, you've just won 5 Deathwatch Marines. Do you want me to sign them? Do you want me to sign it? Rigged. Well done, Deck. Glad I didn't get to make breakfast. You want me to sign it? Don't have a pen. Oh, Georgie's stolen my Sharpie. God damn it. She stole my Sharpie. I will sign it before they get sent. No, just missed a giveaway. We're just about to have another one. Don't worry. Well done, Deck. You've won some Deathwatch Marines. Sign it, Sadlanta. Sadlanta. That is actually hilarious. Yes, I will. Let me grab a pen. I need a pen. Oh, there's one here. Sadlanta. And then we'll go M. Mikey. I'll put hashtag boys club. I can't spell. Sorry, Dick. There we go. Signed Deathwatch box, as you can see. Made famous. Well done, Decknell. Drop me a DM on Discord, mate. I think I've sent something to you before. Was it the tape measure that you won? So I probably have your details already. I'll put those there. So if you see them next stream, no, I've not posted them. And now we got Warhammer Hero. We've got Warhammer Hero to give away. Let's step up. And the keyword for this one will be virgin. Okay, chat. Exclamation point virgin in chat. Because it's Brother Virginus from the Warhammer Heroes. Exclusive to everywhere but the UK and the US, essentially. So who wants a Warhammer Hero? I have opened it, just to clarify. I have opened it, and it does contain Brother Virginius. He has a bolter. He is an intercessor on a tactical rock. Okay? It comes with Brother Virginus, as you can see. Or Virginus. Whatever his name is. He's just a fucking intercessor. There's nothing special about him. It comes with both Japanese or Chinese. I think it might be Chinese, actually. No, I think it's Japanese. It comes with both Japanese and English kill team rules, as you can see, with a thing. It comes with a QR code for free core rules for kill team. And it's come from me, and it was open live on stream on Monday. Show me the writing. I'm pretty sure it's Japanese. If Georgia was here, she'd be able to tell me. So, exclamation point virgin in chat. Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate you. Someone put exclamation point Mikey. Thanks, Jerry. And Jimmy. So exclamation point virgin to win. If you would like to win this, hit Warhammer Hero. You can have Brother Virgin in your life. I've already got Brother Virgin. I don't need any more Virgin in my life. So I've just got the one. As I've just said, 38 eligible users. David J. Decknell are not entered. Harrison Garland hasn't entered. Kirioth hasn't entered. Lord Nerdbane hasn't. And Shadowsun has also not entered. So you have spoken in chat. No stream available. I hope it's working. It looks like it is. If you've spoken in chat and you have no thing next to your name, you haven't entered. Okay. Need more virgin in my life, personally. To be fair, I've had too much virgin. Virginess would be perfect next to the 30th anniversary model. What was the 30th anniversary model? I can't remember. Be cheeky as fuck for me to enter. Bro, it's free to everyone to enter. It's free to enter. You may as well. What's wrong with entering? If you want it, Kirioff, I would expect like a 15-minute video about Brother Virginus, though. It's not registering you. Code will be broken, Amble. I wonder why it's not registering you. I just noticed that. There you go. You're in. If I win, I'll win it. I'll do a giveaway on stream. Okay. If you win, you can do it as a giveaway. And if you won, you can just tell me what address to write on it. Broken Amble miniatures. That's funny. That's very funny. That's a good joke. I should write that one down. David J hasn't entered. Harrison Garland. I'm calling you out, Lord Nerdbane. I think that's it. That's everybody else in. Brother Vergius getting past. Why am I struggling to read it? It's Veggie Man. What is the drama this week? We haven't actually done the drama. We'll do the drama in a minute after we've done the giveaway. And it's going to go to, congratulations, you have just won a big virgin, Mr. or Mrs. or they, them. Thom. Well done, Thom. I didn't see Thom. And how is Thom won? Thom, did you enter? How? Wait, what? It doesn't say you're eligible. Is Thom in the chat? It's Thom. Yeah, I did. Well, okay. Well, congratulations. You've just won. No, I think Nightbot's having one this morning. It's a fix. They were didn't they cite Thom? What profile is it? It's some boys. Boys in the boys club hanging out. I didn't see you enter. And it's fine, you're here. I don't care. But why did... Oh, yeah, you did. You did. Don't worry. Don't worry. You did. Chat, don't worry. It's not a fact. It's not a scam. Chat, don't worry, guys. It's not a scam. You can see him right there. Look. Look. Missed. Look. He's right there. See? Thom entered. Okay. Don't know why. Just worked. That's the drama this week. Let's go, baby. I think Nightbot removes winners. Maybe. Maybe Steno. Good shout. That's fine. Thom did enter. That's fine. Congratulations, mate. Make sure you join our Discord. I don't know if you're already in there. ! Discord in chat. You have just won Brother Virgin. Brother Virginus. Congratulations. It's all yours. So I'll just need an address if that's cool, and I'll get posted out to you. We'll put him right there. Wow. Beautiful. Yeah, I think it must remove the winner when you... Yeah, cool. Yeah, it removes the winner when you do it. All right. Well done, Thom. I said drop me a message on Discord. That'd be really cool of you. Thanks, Decnal, for the message. I'll get back to you in a bit. Is Thom in our Discord already? Add Thom. I don't know. 100% success rate in the 2 competitions I've entered here. People might start talking. A lot of people, like regulars, are like winning a lot of competitions. Chat is hilarious on Mute the Outrage. Excellent. What have I missed? You've just missed 2 free prizes, I'm afraid, Des. You've tuned in at the right time. You've just missed prizes. We know it's rigged. Why would I rig it? What would I gain from rigging it? I've never won note. Never won note. You've never won note, which means you've won something. What prizes? We just gave away Brother Virgin and some Deathwatch veterans. So, need signing. Mikey gave away his Virginia. He's let a grey name win every so often to throw off the set. I mean, it's just a raffle, right? It's just a raffle, but you can enter for free. Just so you're just really unlikely to win, because it's like, I'll enter, one grey name will enter, and then like 20 green names will enter. It'll be like 1 in 200 chance. Whereas everyone else, it's 1 in 20. Baylandor, listen, I was like, maybe I should do a giveaway, and then I looked around, and that's the other thing I saw. Okay. What's this? Okay. Let me know when you're giving away 3D printed WTC terrain set. Probably the All Stars. I'll be giving away a load of terrain. Christopher will upload a video today telling us about the rigged raffles at the Hellstorm streams. Imagine the reply. That would be funny. That would be very funny. Okay, shall we do some drama? Now it's a little bit out there drama compared to normal. It's not quite as out there as Taco Bell. I'll put it out. I'll say that now. However, it's not necessarily Warhammer related. Random irrelevant question about the Deathwatch, because I only just thought, are they the new firstborn scale like Mark 6 or CSM? Yeah, they're a bit taller. They're smaller than Primaris, but they're taller than other firstborn. So they don't look stupid. They don't look mega stupid next to the old stuff. The new stuff, sorry. With video evidence of Hellstorm in a random undisclosed factory doing a raffle. Oh, that'd be so funny. That'd be so funny. I should do that. I should do that video. Their video better than them. I should do their video better than them. Right, we've got some drama to cover, okay? And it's not the stupid tiger shorts I'm wearing today. Up we go. Don't you feel powerful when you rise and I don't? Does it make you feel powerful? I have to stand up. You just rise automatically, chat. Catch a drama on demand. Drama on demand, that's what we should call it. DOD. Not 4OD. They've not called it that in years. DOD. Had I thought about using legs for heresy, said cheers. Yeah, they'll probably stand up quite nicely next to heresy stuff. Love the drama slop. Well, there's a big drama happening today. The reason being is the drama is absolutely huge today and could affect every single person on the planet, including you, because you're here on the planet. Guys, I've got to ask you a really serious question. And you have to answer, okay? The really serious question is this. Are you a gamer? Answer now. Yes or no? Yes, no. Are you a gamer? Okay? Because it's really important that you answer. Because anyone can be a gamer. You look around, any one of us could be a gamer. You know, you look over there, gamer. Look over there, gamer. Look right here, gamer. Okay. Are you a gamer? Do you like to be pog? I'm known to be. I know. It affects us all. Here, if you're not a gamer, I saw you gaming yesterday. On your members only video. Okay. Do you like to say pog? Do you say Kek W? And do you play video games? You almost failed the perception check. Okay, now type your mum's credit card details in the chat. Okay, the long digit and the 3 digits on the back. But now, importantly, the news today could affect every single gamer on the planet because one of the game development platforms is trying to screw over game developers. That's right, we're talking about Unity today. Unity, which put out a really big tweet longer yesterday to essentially say, we're not making enough money and we would like to make more money, please. And to do that, we will screw over everybody. Okay. So what is Unity? You might not know what Unity is, and that's okay. So essentially, when people make video games, they need like a program, software, something to develop the game with. Okay, they don't just go, I'm going to make a game, I'm just going to like magic it out of thin air. They use a platform. You might have heard of Unreal Engine, or you might have heard of Unity, and there's loads of other ones as well. But essentially, Unity is a game platform that people build games on, and then those games are like hosted with that software, essentially. And it's like a lot of games, a lot of quite popular games. Not all of them are like AAA, but there's quite a few games that you might know that are Unity based, such as Cuphead, Pokemon Go, Beat Saber, Subnautica, one of my all-time favorites, Hearthstone. What else do we have? Hollow Knight, Rust. All of these games, Fall Guys, Untitled Goose Game. All of these games are based on Unity. So they were built using Unity. Okay. So basically, the software that they use to run these games, that host these games, that actually make these games go from concept to actually being able to run on a platform is using Unity. Okay. So the interesting thing with Unity is that they essentially charge users a subscription. Okay, so you pay X amount every year to use Unity, and that's how they make money. That's how the platform stays up. But Unity not only is like a platform for like hosting the game and making the game, but like Unity has like software that you download when you install a game. It has Unity runtime software that essentially, when you download the game, it uses Unity to run the game on your PC. So that software that you download, it has to be updated, it has to be bug checked, and it has to be like basically kept up to date and developed all the time to work on any computer that downloads any new software that your Xbox is running. It has to work with that on your PlayStation, on your Steam Decks, on whatever platform you're playing on. Unity has to update the software for it to run on your console, essentially. Unity is free to use. So Unity charges over a certain amount. So it's a lot of the time it's free. But if you start earning money like big game developers usually do, they are increasing the cost. So they basically have the Unity platform and the Unity runtime. So the runtime is the software that when you install a game, you download that with the game, you install it with the game, and it runs off that. And they only really charge for the platform that the game developers use to make the game, and then they don't charge for the runtime. Now, other companies do it differently. Like, I think Unreal Engine do like a licensing fee. So essentially, they don't charge for anything. But then when you sell a game, they charge 5%. So whatever you sell it for, 5% of that goes to Unreal Engine. As far as I'm aware. I only looked at this last night, or in the middle of the night last night. But yeah, so they're basically going, today we announced a change to our business model because they want to make more money. Unity was like capitalism. Sounds good, mate. Sounds great. I want some. And with the introduction of a runtime fee, we wanted to provide clarifying answers to the top questions you are most of you are asking. This is a price increase and it'll only affect a small subset of current Unity editor users. Today, a large majority of Unity editor users are currently not paying anything and will not be affected by this change. The Unity runtime fee will not impact the majority of our developers. Because they're trying to hit the top. They're seeing like things like Pokemon Go. They're seeing things like massive indie games like Cuphead, etc. And essentially they charge a one-time fee every year. And whether you are making a game to sell to one person or making a game to sell to 5 million people, the cost is very similar. It's really small. There's like the disparity is very small. And they're like, you know what? What if we charge them, instead of one time to make the game, we charge them every time someone installs the game, and we charge 20p or 20 cents. So essentially, as you can see, the developers who impact are generally those who have successfully games and are generating revenue way above the thresholds we outlined in our blog. This means that developers who are still building their business and growing the audience of the games will not pay a fee. The program is designed to specifically this way to ensure developers can find success. We want to be clear that the count of Unity runtime fee installed starts January 1st and is not retroactive or perpetual. We will charge once for a new install, not ongoing perpetual license fee like revenue share. So essentially what they're saying is every time someone installs a game using Unity, they want a piece of the pie, rather than just like charging what they're doing now. And it's understandable. Again, like big, massive games like Pokemon Go, like Hearthstone and stuff like that. They're wanting like a piece of the pie of that. But the problem they have is there's no way to discern whether someone has installed the game once, installed the game like 5 times, whether this has been pirated so the developer hasn't earned anything, and the only way they've come out and said, guys, we'll know how many times this game's been installed because trust me, bro. They basically said, don't worry, guys, if you've been charged, if you have a game that gets installed by one person, that then gets uninstalled, and then installed, and then uninstalled, we'll know, so we won't charge. Which obviously is a bit scary, because they could just go, yeah, definitely, it got installed 500 times, but it was actually 2 guys just uninstalling and reinstalling every 5 seconds. So as you can see, from a creator I enjoy, Iron Pineapple, he's a really big Dark Souls creator, super fun. In case you missed it, the game engine Unity is planning to add a fee to install to all installs of a game. Guess what? That includes demos, Game Pass, and even reinstalls. It's not a revenue share, it's a fee. You could potentially bankrupt a dev by repeatedly reinstalling. If a user reinstalls/re-downloads a game, changes their hardware, will that count as multiple installs? So bearing in mind, if you bought a game for like £1, right, and then you get a new computer, reinstall it, and then you're going to charge the developer 40 cents of that, or 40p of that pound, essentially. Yes, the creator will need to pay for all future installs. The reason that is that Unity doesn't receive end player information, just aggregate data. So they don't really have a real way to track reinstall/re-download/pirating. So they're just going to go, well, we'll just have to charge for them all. There's a big indie game coming out called Aggro Crab, which is one of the big tweets that's like come out, and it says, today Unity, the engine we use to make our games, announced that they'll soon be taking a fee from developers for every copy of the game installed over a certain threshold, regardless of how that copy was obtained. Guess who has a somewhat highly anticipated game coming to Xbox Game Pass in 2024? So Game Pass is going to get charged as well. That's right, it's us and a lot of other developers. That means another Crabs adventure will be free to install for the 25 million Game Pass subscribers. If a fraction of those users download our game, Unity could take a fee that puts an enormous dent in our income and threatens the sustainability of our business. Because bearing in mind, they'll obviously be paid for Game Pass. Like, Game Pass will pay them to be able to put the game on Game Pass, but they're going to get charged for every single download of that game, and they're essentially putting it out for free to 25 million users. So 25 million users could go, you know what, that Crab game looks really good, so we're going to install it, and everybody installs the game, and then they get charged 25 million times for installs, which is probably not the same as selling it 25 million times and then paying a fee for the install. And bearing in mind, Game Pass, a lot of people like myself, I'm a Game Pass user. I install the game because I'm planning on playing it, and then I'll delete it if I don't play it quick enough, and then I'll reinstall it later when I actually want to play it, you know? I'll like download it so it's in my library, so it's there, but then I'll be like, oh, my hard drive's full, so I'm just going to whip this game out, and then I'll reinstall it. So I'll have charged someone twice for doing that, and that's just a normal end user, not, this company said some woke shit on Twitter, so what we should do is uninstall and reinstall the game 1,000 times, and we should get all our cringe Discord users, Discord fucking wankers to go in and do the same thing and potentially bankrupt a developer just because they said something like trans rights or human rights or something like that. So you can bring down Activision 20p in time by uninstalling Hearthstone as much as possible. I mean, for your own sake, just uninstall Hearthstone anyway. And that's before we even think about sales on other platforms or pirated installs of our game, or even multiple installs by the same user, as I've already said. This decision puts us and countless other studios in a position where we might not be able to justify using Unity for our future titles. If these changes aren't rolled back, we will be heavily considering abandoning our wealth of Unity expertise we've accumulated over the years and starting from scratch in a new engine. Because that's basically what people are starting to talk about now. It's rather than like sticking with Unity and taking it on, people are just kind of like, well, maybe we can just develop it on another platform. But this is kind of like, I don't know how to like compare. I've got like ideas I can compare it. It'd be like me going to like a completely new editing software, you know. I'm a Premiere Pro user because I love Adobe. I think Adobe's expensive, but I think the software's great. But it'd be like me going from Adobe to Windows Movie Maker, not for the quality, not saying Windows Movie Maker is bad or anything, but all of my expertise of learning how to use Adobe products to make videos, and then going over to Windows Movie Maker to do the same quality of game or same quality of video will take time because I've got lots of expertise in Premiere Pro, but I've used Movie Maker since I was like 8. So like it's a bit of a like understandable problem for game developers because people are going to be like, well, I can't play this game. I can't make this game on Unity because I'm just going to get charged like thousands and thousands and thousands for people being malicious or whatever, or illegally downloading it, and then I'm still losing money. So I'm going to put it on a different platform where I don't get charged quite as much. I might put it on Unreal Engine where I get charged a percentage per sale or something like that. It's basically a new language. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I guess like my example is a bit like rough and ready, but it kind of works. It's like kind of going from one piece of software that you know in and out to going, all right, all of our team are going to have to learn this new software so we can actually develop a game. And starting from scratch. You know, it's not like, I don't think you can take a lot of what you've built on one engine and put it onto another one. You've got to start from scratch. So you think about any indie game or any game that's being developed by on Unity, they're kind of going, maybe we should just build it somewhere else. So every game's going to get delayed if they don't do anything about it, which obviously they will. They have to. There's a lot of outcry. But yeah. You obviously never use Windows Movie Maker. No, I haven't. Switching from Unity to something like Unreal is a massive jump. It is. It is. You could spoof and install check like a different IP address and then just run companies into the ground. Exactly. There'd be some really horrible people that are like, oh, we don't like you, so we're going to try and charge you per install and just keep spamming it. As somebody who uses Unity and Unreal for work, it's a pretty big leap, but once you make it, you don't really go back. No, for sure, but it's that problem. It's like the people who are going to get hit the hardest is like indie developers, you know, like big AAA games that are like making loads of money on using Unity. They could probably take the hit for now and then start rebuilding it. But like little games like this crab game, it's an indie developer. It's really popular, but it's a small developer, and they're going to have to be like, maybe I'm going to have to rebuild this entire game. This game that we put like thousands and thousands of hours into on Unity. We're going to have to like go and learn this new software, which is going to take hours and hours and hours, you know, like thousands, probably hundreds of hours. And then they're going to have to build the game again. So it's like, it's not just a case of, oh yeah, we'll just go on that new platform. You got to learn this new platform and then start again. My uni course has a Discord where people are going wild to how this ruins their chances to go indie. Yeah, exactly. Because Unity is obviously like the indie developer, it feels like. The engine that most people use to like start their business. But yeah, essentially, they put out a blog post. Now, they've already backtracked on some of these blog posts, which is very funny. Talking about, like, the installs and stuff like that. But essentially, this is like what they charge. So people who, like, don't earn a lot don't actually pay anything, which is obviously quite good. But if you are earning more than 200,000... you'll have to start paying for Personal and Unity Plus, and then if you're earning so much, you have to pay Unity Enterprise. And this is the this is how much the like thresholds they're going to start charging. So as you know, if you are a small indie developer, you might start earning 200,000 a year, which means you have to pay 20 cents per install. If you have Unity Enterprise, and you're going to have to pay closer to like 12p. But still, it's still quite a lot of money compared to nothing right now. Because I believe they were charging like a set, they were charging a set fee to use the platforms, like a subscription model of like, you pay this a year, you can use the engine to build games. And then now they're going like, if you earn so much, we want a piece of the pie because you're earning so much. Which, for big, massive companies, power to them, you know? Again, like Pokemon Go, Hearthstone, you know? These are, Genshin Impact, I believe, is on Unity as well. All of these games are earning they're getting like millions and millions and millions of downloads and making so much, like bajillion dollars. Actually going out there making a bajillion dollars, which is like, cool, great. That's just how it is, you know? Anime waifus and Pokemon, that's all you need, okay? But the problem is that it affects the smaller developer that is just making it, you know? They've just, like, had a big hit. They've had, like, Cuphead come out. They've had Untitled Goose Game, their first big hit. As soon as it makes a big hit, bam, get smashed down with massive fees, you know? Having to pay, like, millions in revenue to Unity because of the downloads, and then potentially a lot of the cost, the fee, not actually being genuine. Because Unity have no way to know well, they say they have a way to know, but like Unity is like, don't worry, we won't charge you for pirating or multiple installs, because trust me, bro. So why are bigger companies paying less? It's always the same. It's always the same in this sort of regard. It's like when you go shopping, you buy some toilet roll. Why does 4 toilet rolls per roll cost more than 9 toilet rolls? You know, a very simple analogy, but yeah, when you're selling more, you make it more lucrative by making it cheaper per unit, you know. But this is an article by Axios.com, and it's kind of like a Q&A. Russia's clarified price increase plan as game developers fume. This is like post drama, but the drama is Unity, the tech company behind one of the most popular engines for creating video games, is scrambling to clarify how a price increase for its services will work after its announcement Tuesday morning broadly infuriated the game development community. The fees, which Unity said are essential for funding development of its tech, left many game makers wondering if having a hit game through Unity would cost them more money than they could make. Because I said, I understand why they want to make more money, because they're charging to build the game, to basically for people to build on the engine. That's what they're charging for right now. But they want to charge like long term on these big, massive games, because they're having to develop the software for those games to run like for however long the game is up. So they pay a fee to build the game, and then once it's built, they don't pay anything else. They just keep paying the platform to build something else. But this game is getting downloaded hundreds and hundreds of times. They're developing the software for hundreds and hundreds of platforms. So like each piece of tech that comes in, every piece of kit that you've got in your PC, the software that Unity have made needs to be able to run on there, you know? That's why they're wanting a piece of the pie, but they're like going at it the wrong way. So lifetime install limit, not per game. Exactly. Grimslayer. Would have thought you get like an X year-long license. Please use our service, show others what's possible to generate more customers. Yeah, exactly. So they only charge for the platform you build on right now, but they're wanting to charge for the runtime software that is sent out with games that gets installed on your PC for it to work. So they pay to build it. So they pay the subscription to use the software to make the game, but then they don't pay anything else, and that's why Unity is trying to make some money. So developers spoke throughout the day of delaying their games to switch to rival Epic Games, Unreal Engine, or other services on X, on Twitter. But by the evening, Unity exec Mark Whitten was updating Axios on the policies, potentially diffusing some concerns raised by game creators. The new runtime fee announced on Tuesday morning is tied to replace installations of a game with an action that previously didn't cost developers anything. With Unity's new plan, developers who use Infinity's free tier of development services would owe Unity 20 cents per installation once their game hits a threshold of 200,000 downloads and earn 200,000 in revenue. So if you never make $200,000 in revenue, it's never going to affect you. But a lot of developers are trying to earn that sort of money. So it's understandable why they're a bit annoyed. Developers paying over $2,000 a year in Unity Pro plan would have hit higher thresholds and will be charged with lower fees. So if you subscribe more, if you're on Enterprise, etc., you pay less. And it will begin at the start of 2024. It's only like 3 months, really, 3.5 months notice for this. So not a lot of time for like game developers to like make a decision what they want to do. They either keep going, potentially lose loads of money, or they stop development and then develop it on another platform and delay their game. So... So, yes, but game developers rallying on X began fuming immediately that any game enjoying a spike of installations due to a big sale, including in a charity bundle, obviously Humble Bundle is a big one, or Game Pass, would trigger back-breaking Unity freeze. So, that's like another big one as well. So if they put something on Humble Bundle, which is like designed to like earn money for charity, or for Game Pass, which is obviously free for everyone to install, but it does cost the developer every time you do install it. That's something else to be worried about. Stop It development studio Inner Sloth, makers of the hit Among Us, which is on Unity as well. This would harm not only us but fellow game studios of all budgets and sizes. Another studio, Aggro Crab, which we've also talked about, call on Unity to reverse its plans, saying that they could be feared that the next game set for release to 25 million subscribers on Game Pass could incur fees that threaten the stability of our business. Among Us. Let's get some Among Us in chat. Among Us said, stop it. Stop it. Sus. Unity sus. The intrigue. Unity has scrambled to clarify and in one case already altered what it said about the policies around the fee. Because I know they said they changed what they said already, even though it was only announced yesterday. I got some clarifications to Unity regarding their plan to charge developers per game install. If a player deletes a game and reinstalls it, that's 2 installs, 2 charges. Same if they install on 2 devices. Charity game bundles exempt from fees. So I think they've added this point because I don't think charity games were excluded initially. But also, after initially telling Axios earlier Tuesday that a player installing the game, deleting and installing would result in multiple fees, Unity's Witten told Axios that the company would actually only charge for an initial installation. So they initially said, yeah, if you install it twice, if you spam install, reinstall, you will charge the company 20 pence a time. They actually said no, actually, just the initial install. They'd regrouped to discuss the issues, and once the shit once the shit had hit the fan, they realized that they should probably not charge someone every time they install it because of hate installs, hate reinstalls, we'll call them. How will Unity check it's from a Humble Bundle? Exactly, Grimslayer. Exactly. Just trust us. Trust us. He hoped this would allay fears of install bombing, where an angry user could keep deleting and reinstalling game to rack up fees to punish a developer. But an extra fee will be charged if a user installs a game on a second device, say Steam Deck, after installing a game on a PC. So if you install to multiple devices, you'll be charged. So it's basically every device you install now, after the backlash, they want to charge per device, essentially. That's what it sounds like. But how are they going to track that? Don't know. Runtime fees will also not be charged for installation of game demos, which initially said they would charge for game demos as well. Unless the demo is part of a download that includes the full game, early access games will be charged for an installation, he noted. And again, a lot of this has changed. So this is newer news than we had already. Games offered for charity or included in charities will be exempt from the fees. Unity will provide a way for developers to inform Unity that their games are being offered that way, Witten said. So yeah, they're just like, they don't have a system yet. They don't have a system for knowing how it's from a charity. They're just going to have to like rely on people telling them, like, guys, we're going to put it on a charity now. And they could have like 1 million downloads and they'd be like, well, only half of those are charity, surely. Only half were charity. How do we know? Trust me, bro. As a Game Pass and other subscription services, Witten said that developers like Aggro Crab would not be on the hook, as fees are charged to distributors, which in the Game Pass example would be Microsoft. So they're going to charge Microsoft for downloading it instead, which means Microsoft might put Game Pass up because they might want to recover those fees, Runtime fees will also not be charged for installations of game demos, Witten said, unless the demo's part... Oh, they've already put that bit. Right? Yeah, that bit. Witten estimates that only about 10% of Unity's developers will wind up having to pay any fees, given the threshold the games needs to hit. Our core point with this is simply to make sure that we have the right value exchange so that we can continue to invest in our fundamental mission to make sure that we can deliver the best tools for people to make great games. The problem is the more they piss people off, there'll be less people to make great games on your platform. It's not fun to get a bunch of angry feedback on any particular day, and I think that this is us needing to clarify some of these points, but we're listening and we'll continue to make sure that we deliver the best we can. So, they've rightfully pissed people off because money talks, That's all they want. They just want all of the money. So, I imagine Microsoft are going to tell them to sling it. Literally. Yeah, so like if they start charging Microsoft will be like, Well, we're not going to pay it, or we'll make the customer pay it. So they'll put the price of Game Pass up. They'll go like, how many times does a person average install a game? Installs a game 10 times a month? Okay, cool. We'll charge it £2, you know, $2. If Microsoft gets charged, Microsoft will drop the game. Exactly, but that's what's more likely to happen. They either put the price on the consumer, like us, or they'll just drop it. They'll just be like, yeah, that's cool. No Unity games on Game Pass. Well, we'll know because we put this funny little program on the root install of your PC's operating system. Definitely won't be exploited. Would a DLC reinstall the runtime? Could you get around it by releasing a small cheat game and releasing multiple DLCs afterwards? That's a great question. I don't know, mate. That is a good question though, because if the runtime's already on there, you just add into the software. Is that a new install? Who knows? I was thinking about Among Us because the game came out and nobody played it, then it went viral years after launch. Yeah, exactly. So it just went. So that's a great example. Like this company made no money, basically made a bit of money, but then it went viral in lockdown and it got millions and millions of installs. And they would like essentially like, yeah, they're going to be selling it, so they're going to be making money. But the problem is, it's a small company that suddenly went from nothing to like huge. So. The big problem is that this will turn into you need X products more to break even and then keep selling to stay profitable as you now have costs over time. Yeah. I feel like I half understand all this, but I'm also lost. So the long and short of it is, basically, right now, to make a game, you buy a platform and pay a subscription fee, and then you release the game. And then that's it. You know, you pay a subscription fee to build it, and then that's it. Unity is now wanting a price every time someone installs the game. They want 20 cents. If you buy a game for £5, right, in 2010, okay, and then you reinstall it throughout the years, the developer will be charged the same 20p every time you install it. That's like the long and short of it. So like they want it on initial installations, but initially they said there's going to be every installation. So if you buy a game now for £2 and you install it 10 times because you've like you've run out of space or whatever, you've reinstalled it 10 times, the person you bought it from will have been charged £2 to because you installed it 10 times. So that's not including Steam fees, not including development fees, anything. They've made zero money because you've reinstalled it too many times. So, and a lot of indie games are quite cheap, and a lot of people download them, reinstall them, etc. all the time. But now they're saying it's only going to be on the initial install per device. So if you've got 5 devices that you want to play Among Us on, you've charged the people who make Among Us £1 just to install it, okay? Because Unity is taking a 20p cut every time. They're taking a 20p fee, not a cut, sorry. But the problem is this will slowly add up, and there's no way to track that. They're just going, well, trust us, we'll know how many times it's been installed, so we'll charge the right amount. But the thing is with that is like, how can you check? Who's keeping track of what Unity know? How do they know? How are they keeping? How are they keeping track? And how do I check how many times my game's been installed? You know. It's always fun watching a carefully nurtured brand destroy its own reputation in chase of the holy dollar. Yeah, literally, it's just one of those. It's just like they could do it in a certain way. They could do like a subscription on the runtime as well. You know, if you want to push out your game, you have to pay a subscription on the runtime. But no, they're trying to charge per install, which is very dumb. I like Unreal Engine do a license fee, so they charge 5% every time you sell it, which makes way more sense because it's every time you sell. If it gets illegally downloaded, that's not a sale, so they're not getting charged for it. Unity currently, if someone installs the runtime with an illegal copy of the game, the developer will be charged for it. It's like stuff like that. It just adds up. So let's have a quick scroll of twitter.com. Let's have a look. Landfall. I don't know who Landfall are. But they're saying, without one, its user base will start charging Unity developers a fee per copy install of their game. We've used Unity to develop all of our major titles, such as Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, which has been installed tens of millions of times throughout the years. So if you think tens of millions of times, they would have been charged 20 pence a time. So, what's that? 2 million? 2 million just for people installing it? They're making this change without any form of opt-in or consent from developers and retroactively applying this new rule to games developed and released years ago. That's also true. So games that have already sold, not making any more money because they're not selling, they're going to start charging old games as well. So like if you install something from like 10 years ago, the developer will be charged still. This goes against their previous statements and is a huge breach of trust. When we started working on tabs and Stickfight, we made the decision to use Unity partly because of their flat payment model, something that they are now going back on. It's like if we increase the price of our games and sent everyone who has played them an invoice for the difference. We'd love to stick with the engine and we used to make our games for the last 10 years, but at present we don't see how we can start any new projects using Unity when there is no way of knowing what kind of retroactive business model they might throw at us in the future. So yeah, like again, it's like one of those, they're not only charging for new games on the platform, they're also going to be like, any game that's installed will be 20p, you know? Apparently they've U-turned. Are they U-turned like in the last few minutes, or they've been U-turning on a lot of things already? Reminded that the CEO of Unity is the same guy from EA who thought you as a player should pay real money for bullets in an FPS game every time you reload. I remember that, fuck me. 16 minutes ago. Hot news. Hot press. 16 minutes ago. Where? Where's the 16 minutes? Blog. They haven't put anything on Twitter. You're a gamer. You're a gamer. Backtrack slightly. Yeah, I think we've already spoke about those. That's we will only charge for the initial install, where initially they said they'll charge for every install and stuff like that. Check Discord. Yeah, the backtrack is that we're not gonna charge for charity, even though initially said they would, and we're not gonna charge for every install, just the initial one when they initially said they would. So we're all good. We've already got it. We got it. Unity is making this real. Pirate game. Delete it and download it 9 more times. Company loses $600. This is also true because it's every time the runtime is installed, which they'll know because it's obviously been downloaded from their server, but they don't know where the game's being bought from, which it might be bought from Pirate Bay. And by bought, I mean free. So that's also something to think about. For those that don't know, Cult of Lamb is made in Unity. Unity is introducing a runtime fee that's based on game installs. Our team specializes in Unity games. So what's the impact? We'll have future projects in the pipeline that were initially planned to be developed in Unity. This change will result in significant delays since our team would need to acquire an entirely new skill set. At Massive Monster, our mission has been to support and promote new and emerging indie games. The introduction of these fees by Unity could pose significant challenges for inspiring developers. Quit being stinky, Unity. Love it. Unity could hire someone to reinstall stuff to turn a profit. Yeah, exactly. If they're like struggling, they just go, right, staff, we just need to reinstall and install games. Here we go. Danny who made Muck and Crab Game. Shit, I guess I owe Unity $5.6 billion. Anyone got some spare change? Because he's looking lifetime free licenses, 12 million downloads, and then 16 million on Crab Game. So 28 million, 20 cents. So he owes 5.6 billion. Now, obviously, he's using the most expensive version for Unity Personally, Unity Plus. We could obviously have Enterprise at this point. However, it's just an example. So if they're free games, they've been installed 28 million times, he owes them 6 million for a free game. So, how do they track those first-time installs? Trust me. Fraud detection. That's all they've been spamming. They've been spamming fraud detection. If anyone wondering what precisely has compelled Unity to try and racketeer the entire development ecosystem reliant on it, I have a pretty good theory. So, what engine is Genshin Impact on? Unity engine. So again, like the big, massive corporations, fuck them. Yeah, they make too much money anyway. But the problem is like the small indie developers are making like free or cheap games, not doing like in-app purchases and stuff like that. They're just like, here's a game for like £2. You know, they're gonna get charged 20 cents every time someone installs it, which is dumb. So based on minimum wage, how many games would they need to install per hour math time? So minimum wage now, what's minimum wage in the UK? We're going to have to say 20p rather than cents. Minimum wage UK is £10.50. I'll pay £10.40. So £10.40 divided by 0.2. So they need to install 52 games an hour. Easy. Easy. 52 games an hour. And then whilst those are installing, they can uninstall the old ones. I'm amusing myself by reading through the list of Unity games and trying to guess which company's lawyers will be the first to go full scorched earth. This is David Szymanski. He made Iron Lung game, the one about the submarine. Unity, your game was installed 300,000 times. Me, how do you know that? Unity, dude, trust me. So this is the one. Here it is, the reply. How are installs tracked? We leverage our own proprietary data model, so you can appreciate that we won't go into a lot of detail, but we believe it gives an accurate determination of the number of times the runtime is distributed for a given project. Trust me, bro. Trust me, I know. Trust me. I love that there's a stream of updates of third parties. And they're all like, I talked to Unity and they clarified. The bad thing is even worse. The less bad thing is the same amount of bad. And there's the new secret third bad thing that the worst thing you've ever heard. Remember when Unity started emailing developers several years ago, basically going, give us money, you owe us money. We guesstimated your sales and we think you owe us more than you do. That was when they knew they could make sure and harass you, take your cash. So yeah, they're just kind of like, just trust me, bro. We just know how many, we just know how much you owe us. The Unity pricing shit doesn't apply to developers using it for gambling purposes. The runtime fee does not apply to our film, gambling, or education subscription plans at this time. What? Why are they not charging gambling platforms? What the fuck? Pretty cool to see Unity execs performing actual insider trading by selling shares mere days before the obvious shit show that is now pricing structure changes. Oh man, this goes deeper than I realized. Not charging for gambling and selling a bunch of stock before announcing some shit. Make a game. Game is freemium. Game makes 200k from in-app purchases after being installed 3 million times. Now our Unity 20 cents per 2.8 million sales. Installs 560k. That's 360 more than we made. Yeah, exactly. That's what you have to remember is, if you make a free game, they're still going to be charged. So they might not make any money from it, or they might even lose money. Devolver Digital, the publisher, definitely include what engine you're using in-game pictures. It's important information. So they're like kind of going, well, if you build it on Unity, we're not interested anymore. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. My game will only be released as a limited edition where it's only there's only 199,999 copies available, thanks Unity. So they don't have to pay because you have to have it downloaded more than 200,000 times. Well done, Kevin. Well done. You win. You won. Pirate game, company loses $60. Delete game, company receives back $60. Pirate game 1 million times, company loses 60 million and declares bankruptcy. Buy company for a few dollars to become CEO. Delete all the pirated copies. 60 million deposited in my account. Suddenly CEO of my own game with millions to make my dream game. Oh man. Unity are on it. But anyway, there you go. That's the real drama of today. The hot gossip of today. Unity, one of the largest game platforms that people play video games with, people make video games with, is shitting itself. Absolutely. Let's check the stock price. Stock. Unity stock. And as you can see, I think... Oh, it's on the up. Why is it on the up? Oh, it's not going to crash yet because the market's closed. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, wait a minute, why is it up? But I remember the market isn't open yet. So I'm sure this number will be very funny in a few hours when the market does open. But shout out to Unity for creating drama today because I had nothing else. And they are just shitting the bed. Ah. With Unity games usually being smaller to easy money. Exactly, because it's all independent games, you know? EA behavior. EA CEO, you know? By the way, Mikey, you owe me £50. Trust me. Just trust me, bro. You covered the Rugby World Cup drama. I don't know anything about it. I think Unity has been on a spiral for a few years, going the way of Adobe. No, they're not doing very good. They're not doing very good. So, yeah, shout out to Unity for, like, fucking themselves today. But there you go, guys. That's the drama for today. Mikey doesn't like Blue Ball. It's true. I hate Blue Ball. It's cringe. That's the drama. We did it. You play Starfield? No. I really want to play Starfield. I just haven't yet. I just haven't had time. I've been making so much content, but it's been loads of content that's massive, so it feels like I'm not achieving anything. You know, just had loads of little projects to work on. But yeah. So I thought that was quite funny anyway with the drama today. Very funny drama. Because it's a bit like... It's a bit crazy. It's huge. And it's related to gaming. Are any Warhammer games using Unity? Warhammer game Unity. Imagine. Warpforge! Warpforge! Warpforge, no! It's Warhammer related. Warpforge is down. No, we love Warpforge. Oh, no. Goodbye, Warpforge. I think that's the other game built in Unity, right? Wait. Shooters, Blood and Teeth. No! It's Warhammer related too. They're taking our Warhammer games from us. No! We're losing two of the titans of the gaming industry. Warpforge, Horus Heresy Legions, and Shooters, Blood and Teeth. Oh no. Is Boltgun on Unity? Is it? No, it's on Unreal Engine, mate. We're all good. Boltgun's fine. Boltgun is safe, guys. Don't worry. Boltgun is safe. Thank God. Oh, dear. Is Warforged dead? I don't think it's actually released yet, is it? Is it actually released? I've still only got the demo. If it has released, I haven't seen much of it. Planned release date to be announced. It's probably because they're probably like panicking now. They can't release it on Unity. That'd be so cringe. Why Steam just crashed? Is Space Marine 2 on Unity? Also, great question. I think it's an Unreal, isn't it? Is it the same engine as World War Z? Engine. It doesn't say. I don't know. It doesn't actually say. Propriety then, maybe. Yeah, it doesn't say. So who knows? Maybe it is safe, maybe it isn't. What's the drama? Gamers are gonna die in the streets. That's the drama. Okay, so that's the drama for today. What engine was where was he? World War Z game. Engine, Swarm engine. So yeah, it's a custom engine. Yeah, so where was he was a custom engine, and I think they're using the same one for Space Marine 2. Which would make sense, but for all the fucking swarms I gotta deal with. Game, it's dying again. No, not gamers in the shop. Games. Gamers are gonna die in the street because the Unity is dying. But yeah, that's the drama. So now we've got some painting to do, I think. I don't know if there's any other drama to cover, really. To be honest. Congress Stewards just tagged me some drama. So one of these is red, one is yellow, and one is play on. Guess where? Oh, it was this Tom Curry. I heard about him on the radio. Guess worse when you see the videos of each one, as the red card has the most potential mitigation, another tackle traffic, reducing line of sight. Is that line of sight? I don't know what loss is in rugby terms. World Rugby needs a complete reorg. Outrage! Outrage! Says Stewie. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's happening here, bro. Someone got a red card. He had a yellow, became a red. Okay. Bro, I hate Blood Bowl. Line of scrimmage. Oh, fucking no. I hate Blood Bowl. Everybody knows this. Blood Bowl is cringe. Any post data slate tourney news yet? We've had a little bit. We did a little bit on Monday. There wasn't nothing crazy, though. So, it's kind of like Eldar's still looking quite good. But a lot of events we're using neither of the new updates. Just the points or both, so like the data's really skewed. So hopefully Monday we'll be able to have like a proper rundown of the new win rates, you know, and the new stats. It'll get fixed next edition. There we go. It'll get fixed next edition, guys. The only other drama is bye-bye Wilco. Also true. Wilco dead. Goodbye, Wilco. Wilco gonna have to find a new cheap spray paint shop. Do you buy spray paint from Wilco? I mean, you don't anymore. I never bought spray paint from. I bought maybe gold from Wilco once. I always use Halford's. Halford's Elite. So Wilco's turning into Poundlands. I know Aldi bought some as well, didn't they? Didn't Aldi buy some Wilco's this morning? Drama Llama. I think we did. I thought was some good drama. Good drama that's interesting to people as well. Because I know the Taco Bell one, people are just like, what you on about? And I was like, this is really important. Poundland had some good £1 Black Primer. The thing is with Poundland, It's not even a pound anymore. Why is it still called Poundland? Why is it not just called like the cheap shop? Like some stuff is a pound. Nothing's cheaper than a pound, but also things are more expensive than a pound. Like they sell clothes in there for like £10. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand how you can still call it Poundland if it's not a pound. I think Canton will go for £4. Oh, fair. Maybe that's why they're out of business now. Because you've just bought all the spray paint. Clearly undercosted. The best super glue I've found is still a pound. Okay. Well, that's alright then. So some things are still a pound. But I just don't understand why they put the price up and then not change the name of the shop. They're starting to sound like one of those right-wing shirts. What's happened to Poundland? No longer a pound. What's happened to Britain? Thatcher's Britain! Thatcher's Britain! That's where we're at. Yeah. Yeah, it talks about Wilco. I love Wilco. I always go there because there's one next door, like 2 doors up from Sanctuary. So I'm always in Wilco. And then I was just like, everything's closing down and now I don't know what I need to buy. And then I went again. I was like, oh, everything's gone now. So cool. Because some stuff wasn't even discounted. And I was just like, I thought this was a closing down sale. And then it was just like, oh, everything's now discounted because they've got nothing left and they're only open for a few more days. 90% of my oaks are primed with £1 black card primed from Poundland. I've definitely used that in the past, but is it glossy? Let's do a matte version now. Wilco's brilliant. It was like an upmarket Poundland. Isn't Poundland now an upmarket Poundland if they're charging more than £1? Oh, I don't know. But all the products that Wilco were selling will go somewhere else, right? Like all the brands that Wilco had, which weren't specifically Wilco, but were still cheap, will just go to another retailer like Poundland. So it's weird, that's for sure. That's for sure. It's definitely weird. They had a matte version. Found out when I actually used a gloss version on Unit Boy, so shiny. Yeah, I think like fucking must have been like 10 years ago. I was buying black primer from Wilco, and I used to just get gloss and just use gloss stuff, and it was just awful. But it was like £1 or something, like £2 or something. Wilco is so useful, shame it's sinking. Yeah, when I moved studio as well last year, I bought a lot of stuff from Wilco. I bought all the, you know, like in our live studio, in our Battle Report studio, sorry. Like quite literally, Wilco. This backboard, all Wilco. The shelves, Wilco. The light was from IKEA. The curtain was from IKEA. The curtain rail, Wilco. What else is Wilco in here? A lot of the stuff that you don't see off camera is also from Wilco. The army from Wilco. It was great. All my light bulbs from Wilco. Losing Wilco shutters is like losing a British institution. It is. It is. It'd be like if Asda, like not Asda, but like it was like when Netto closed, you know. Wilco and IKEA. Yeah, mate. Powerful move. Don't just buy from one. But now you have to. You don't have to buy from IKEA now. Neil is from Wilco, yeah. 2nd edition Wilco. Oh, yeah. Excuse me, chat. Like Woolworths going. Oh, yeah, shit. Remember when Woolworths went? That was bad. When Woolworths went under, no more pick and mix. No, pick and mix is dead. No one buys pick and mix from Tesco. That's cringe. Oh, anyway, chat. Anyway, we're going to do some painting. Now, I was going to be painting Lictor. Because I was just like, this Lictor is very cool. Look at him. Look how cool he is. Look at him. He's so hot. But I did a vote in the behind the scenes, and everyone said I should paint the Grey Knights again and do more of the Four Swords. And I realised that last time I did the Four Swords, I didn't actually record it because I'm an idiot. Licked her, I hardly knew her. Fucking brilliant every time. I painted the Four Swords, but then I didn't record it, and I probably should have done for a video. So we're going to do that today. Me and the missus watch Aussie netball, and they still have Wolves down under. Always get pick and mix craving 8 a.m. Sunday morning. Paint the Lictor. No, well, chat voted. You know, I did a vote yesterday in behind the scenes. Obviously, if you all remember, ! Discord. It was 8 to 10. What should I prepare to paint tomorrow? It was Grey Knights. Do a poll. I already did one. This is a democracy. I did a poll already. Veto. What is pick and mix? Oh my god. Pick and mix is like loads of sweets, and you get like a cup, and there's like pots with loads of different types of sweets in, and you put them into a cup and then buy it, and you like fill a cup essentially. My Discord has logged me out, and I don't have the will to figure out the details. Get back in. Yeah, you can log in if you're logged in on one device. You can log into another one because you can scan the QR code with your phone. So if you're still logged in with your phone, you can log back in on the PC. 8 to 10 is too close like Brexit. We demand a recount. Yeah, but... yeah, but Brexit went through. And it was closer. But yeah, Interceptor Swords today, I think. Which is arguably better, because that army I can actually use, where Trinity I need so much to make it usable. Nids 1. Where? Check poll again. Have you all just fucking changed it? Now it's 9 to 9. Look, if you don't answer in the poll, you can't be angry with the poll results, okay? That's how the democracy works. If you don't bother, it's tough. My idea was flawed, also like Brexit, also true. Also true. Right, turned into 1 now. I have the screenshot on screen though, chat. I don't know what you want me to say. What do you want me to say? What do you want from me? Look, it says 8 to 9, 8 to 10 there, and now it's 9 to 10. But I have a screenshot. I have a screenshot. What do you want me to say? Who flipped his mercenary? Look at it. It says 10. Can you not Photoshop that screenshot? You watch me screenshot it. Paint both. Look to your left-hand sword on your right. Nah, I'm going to struggle with that, mate, I think. I might struggle with that one. And now I got Peach. Who's voted Peach? Is this mercenary? Nerdbane. Well done, Nerdbane. Right, okay, chat. Listen, I haven't prepared the licked. I haven't primed it. Because I was like, I'm going to paint interceptors. I don't need to prime it. Right. What do you think? Grey Knight Swords. But then I'm clickbait because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the thing that is the title that says Force Weapon Tutorial. Paint Grey Knight, they're cool. Well, I'll put a poll in. I'm not necessarily sticking to this poll. Oh, Grey Knight Swords are the big win. Put the 4 swords on the lictor. Wow, 67% of you want me to paint Tyranid. I do kind of want to paint the Tyranid, but I was kind of looking forward to getting some more swords done. Paint some Death Watch. Also true. Also true. You mean clickbait doesn't reach the threshold for morning drama? We did good drama, though, so I don't want to clickbait. I actually didn't have drama when I set that title, though. I actually found it this morning, which is quite funny. Guys, I haven't primed the lick, so I don't think I want to. I'm scraping the base just in case. Scrounging the drama bin. The bin juice. Trying to get the bin juice this morning. Guys, I think I'm going to paint Grey Knights. I haven't primed the Lictor. And if I have to go prime it, that's a pain. So what is this democracy you're talking about? There isn't any. There isn't any! I had already decided! Yeah, 71% you did say Lictor, though. Go on, then. I'll paint the Lictor. The true democracy, there was never a choice. You're going to have to stay, though. You're all, like, leaving. I'll paint the Tyranid. I'll paint the Lictor, because he's cool. Give me, like, 3 hours of your time, and I'll teach you the Rugby World Cup drama. No. No, I won't. That sounds terrible. Do both. I can't do both. I've only got like 2 hours. If that. Maybe an hour. Do both of Bees and Masters. No, I'll paint the Tyranid. I'll do it, but you can't go anywhere while I go and fill up my water and pee and prime. I have to go. What do you mean you have to go? You just voted for Tyranid. See, this is why I'm getting scammed. This is why I'm getting scammed. Everyone is like, yeah, do the Tyranid, but I'm leaving. I'm doing force weapons. I've decided. You've all been scammed. I'm doing force weapons. Why? They're quicker. They're quicker. And I don't have to prime it. I'm doing the force weapons, chat. And that's what it says in the title. Drama and force weapons. Okay? We're doing force weapons. That's the plan. Right, I'm going to have to go pee. I'm going to have to quickly change my water and stuff. Rigged again. I know. But they voted for it last night. That's what I prepared. I'm prepared for force weapons. That's what's on my desk. I'm doing it. Right, I need to go pee. Okay? I'll be a BRB. I found a relic. I found a relic. Look at this. This is elite masking tape. And it's from Wilco. How much is this worth? It's still in box. It's still boxed. Chat, how much is it worth? Remember the time he voted to not pay his Bo Reaper because he quit the stream? Oh yeah, I remember. That was funny. Don't show us. Look at it. Look at it. Elite. Right, okay. What do I need? Oh, I need a drink. I need to go have a drink. BRB. I realised I was a bit of a bozo. I was a bit of a bozo, chat. Because I said, I'm going to go get a drink and then muted my microphone. And as I went to get a drink, I shouted, stay hydrated. Forgetting that I'd just muted my microphone like a numpty. An ancient earth artifact. It is. It is an ancient earth artifact. So, I'm going to paint some Grey Knights. I'm going to paint the swords and stuff. Was this in the toilet? No, it's in my painting room. But I've been trying to get hold of some earth texture for the bases. I just can't find any in stock. So the Vallejo earth texture, like 26219. I actually got it up. Like trying to find it anywhere. It's just out of stock. It's this one I'm looking for, the brown earth. You might have seen this before. I couldn't find it anywhere. Like Element don't have any, Outpost don't have any, Hobby Workshop don't have any. There's some like weird little scale model shops that have some, but I'm also like, I don't know if you actually know if you're real or not. Because I want to do more bases, because the new bases are really nice. I brought the models with the wrong bases over so I could like repaint the bases and reattach them. But I couldn't find it. They have it on Amazon. I went on Amazon. And unless it's just been restocked, when I tried to buy it, I went to buy it and then it was like out of stock when I went to put it in my basket. $26.219. Why is it 15 quid? Temporarily out of stock. I should really show my address. Never mind. Oh, it's on my face, I think. I think we're all right. It says out of stock. I hate the fact that Amazon just shows your address. Because then you can hide that. That'd be great. Bam. Out of stock. I've missed the drama. You have guessed it, though. It wasn't fake aliens. It might have been game engines, and it wasn't Taco Bell. I'll say mine for 14. Half used. Thanks, mate. Yeah, it's just out of stock everywhere. I can't find it. So I'm going to have to, like, order it for some fucking weird little scale model shop and hope for the best, I think. I just can't find anyone who has it in stock. Anyway, let's move over to hobby time. There it is. Looks like my microphone is working, thank God. Do I need that specific one? Preferably. Oh, that's what I need as well. So, Grey Knights. Grey Knights. That's where we're at today. There we go. I can go like this. I can see. Beautiful. There we go. Let's get the chat up, chat. Chat up, chat. I'm wanting that one specifically because of the colour. There we go. How's the sound looking if we do that? And then it starts listening straight away. Sounds great. Where's the chat gone? There we go. The chat okay? Sound looks good? Feels good? So yeah, this is the box of things. This is the box of models I was using the other day on stream. Obviously, we've got all the interceptors, which all have their swords not painted. We've also got like an ancient, a paladin ancient, but he's on the wrong type of base. I've got this, which is a Castellan Crow conversion by Dave, who works at Sanctuary. I've had this years. Your address didn't show you're good. Thanks, Phil. It just shows my postcode, which is very annoying. So yeah, so this was a Castellan Crow conversion, which I'm going to be using as a Brotherhood champion, I think. So this is made by Dave from Sanctuary, very cool guy. But yeah, I used to use this as Crow before he had like the new model, and then I repainted the sword because I was like, I'm not going to use that. I painted it as Crow and being like, I'm going to use that sword, and then I remembered that Crow has a demon sword, so it didn't really work. But he was on an old type of base, which was on this one, so that's been taken up now. But yeah, they're all on these really nice new type of bases, which are like army painter tufts, but then it's Vallejo brown earth with Agoros dunes on. So like we need to paint all of these because this is the list I'm using, and I need to repaint the bases, but I don't have the brown earth. But then we've just got loads more. We've got like fucking Crow over here isn't finished. His sword needs doing as well. I thought we'd do some 4 swords today. I thought if you're doing batches of 5, that'd probably be ideal. And get these like the interceptor squads closer to being done. We really need some upscale Grey Knights. Yeah, the Grey Knights are really small now, aren't they? Take my squad markers off. Available on hellstormwargaming.co.uk/shop. I do have a. I've been saying I'm getting a restock for ages. I just need to finish putting the order in. I've got another restock coming. It's taken off for now, so I can put on handles. I don't really need to take them off, but I just didn't want to get paint on them. Oh, I've got a guy. I've got that actually. I've snapped that off the other day, and I remember where I put it. I left it on here. Like a fucking lad I am. There it is. I was just on the floor. Grab some glue. Fix that. Okay. That needs to come down. Beautiful. Cool. We'll let that dry a second. It's almost feels like. Sorry. There we go. Let me try again. Almost feels like GW forgot about Knights in my opinion. Query's cool, but they only knew all in ages. Yeah, there's a couple of factions that didn't really get anything new last year. Last edition. Grey Knights only got a new character. Gene Stealer Cults only got a new character. Custodes, they're like the main ones. I think they only got a new character, which is a bit of a shame. Because, like, there's so much they could have done with them, but they just didn't. Could have given them, like, a new vehicle, because they haven't really... They've got, like, the Dread Knight, which is cool, but it's very unique, but they don't really have, like, anything else going on. They could have given them a new infantry unit, like a gun platform, or, like, purely focused in combat, because you got, like, the Paladins, which are cool. I feel like they've made these factions and then just kind of, like, run out of ideas for them. It feels like that with a few other factions, like Grey Knights and Custodes especially. Kind of like, here's a faction, this is really cool, and then like we've run out of ideas for it now. The end. What's all the ones with blues back on? I definitely had 5. Oh, I don't know. Paladin could be its own kit. Yeah. I don't know if it needs to, like, change the kit. It's very similar to the Terminators. The fact that it's only a different helmet is a bit strange. Well, yeah, it just kind of feels like they've run out of ideas with Grey Knights and Custodes. In my opinion. They've kind of gone, here's a bunch of units. They're all infantry based. Here's one vehicle that's kind of interesting. But the Custodes haven't even done that except for Forge World. And then just gone, see ya. You know? Enjoy. Have fun. Like, no, give us something interesting to play with. I don't mind the Paladin kit, but it's like the difference between a Paladin and a Terminator is like nothing, you know? Like, they're the same. You know? Yeah, the helmets are slightly different, and this guy's got a little thing on his backpack. This one's a Paladin, this one's not. It's the exact same. So, I don't know. They're cool, though. They are cool. I do like them. Because they could easily turn Forge World units into plastic. Yeah, definitely. I feel like they will. They don't need to. They'll take it with like a Heresy release probably. Or probably fucking make them plastic, then make them Legends for 40k. Which would be awfully funny as well. Okay, so for the... Always just made me think of the Flash Gits Caldor Drago animation. I know, it's such a great animation, that one, to be fair. So for the 4 swords, we've already got like a bit of a base coat down that's already chipped. So what we're going to do, we're going to buff this up to a flat base coat. We did purple last time, we're going to do blue this time. Now this has got a little bit to do before it's actually finished. But we're going to be focusing on the sword and the eyes, and then if we get time, we'll do a little bit more. So what we're going to do, we want a mirror effect, much like our Dread Knights. Trying to grab one, sorry chat. So we want to do a mirror effect much like this. So where we go from light, dark, dark, light. Now this one goes a bit further because it's quite a large blade. But we're going to go from dark to light on one side and light to dark on the other, like reversed. And then you get something like this, which looks pretty fun. Yeah, you can do it with any colours. I like doing it with two thin coats because you get like a nice triad of colours that work together really nicely. So we're likely going to be using probably Marine, Elysium, and Celestial. But there's also like this really nice Gigawatt blue we could incorporate there. That's like a separate bright colour. Or we could go for these ones. What's that one? Abyss. Abyss, Witching, and Leviathan, which I think might be better because they're a little bit more saturated. The nice thing about two thin coats, they give you little triads to work with, and that's perfect because it just gives you the colours to work with. Now, we could probably cut one of these out. We could probably cut that one out and go straight to Gigawatt Blue instead of going up to Leviathan, because this is our brightest blue. This is a nice blue. And then the only other colour we need is white. Would insert any colour chrome work for 4 swipes, or will it be too shiny and reflective? Is in like a shiny metallic colour for the swords? Maybe. But like if you're thinking like just any colour that's like mirrored effect, we're using three layers of colour for brightness, and yeah, any colour will work. Any colour will do. We're also going to use some Imperial Blue by Game Colour. Game Air. Imperial Blue is like super intense dark blue. So this will give us our shadow, essentially. And a palette a second, sorry chat. That's from painting the Tyranid last week. Apparently. Not necessarily, just a chrome that's tinted the colour of choosing, like a Tamiya Clear over Vallejo Chrome. That could work. That could definitely work, yeah. You just do like super, like a cool blend with the metallics underneath, and then chrome over the top, like a tint over the top. Yeah, that definitely works. You paint swords in cling film? Yes, I will be using cling film again. Cool. So you use a little bit of Imperial Blue. This is well blocked up on the end. Better. And you see it's super saturated. It's almost like an ink. And then a little bit of Abyss Blue as well. We could even add some black if we really wanted to. Let's have a look at this colour. Yeah, so that's a nice mid-tone, definitely. So I'm going to add a little bit of black as well, I think. Okay. Now we use a relatively large brush. I don't have to be neat with this. Maybe too big, that's fine. I want a little bit more Imperial Blue in there now. I think I added a bit too much black, but that's fine. Oh, shot out one way, that's great. Well, I've fucked that mix up, haven't I? Definitely. But it's shot out one side. We just want a dark blue, essentially. But we don't want it to look black. So we're trying to like mix the blue tones and the black together. Like that sort of blue there. So we'll base coat that on there, nice and easy. Like that. I know if you watched the stream a few weeks ago when I did it, this is a lot of like sucking eggs. But if you've not watched this before, then you might learn something. I don't mind getting it on the like the sword like handle, because we're gonna have to repaint that anyway, because we're gonna be airbrushing these. Do you think goats have a mixer inside that is perfect size to block the nozzle, sometimes squeezing when a shallower angle help prevent explosions? Yeah, it was the fucking Vallejo one that did it, and I've just blocked that one. I've just unblocked it as well, and I probably have like, I think I have a ball in there, like an agitator. So I probably blocked the nozzle and then shot it out the side, like a numpty. Are you gonna get any AOS games in with your Bernie boys at some point? Also, love that deep blue. Yeah, I was hopefully going to be focusing on AOS soon, but because I had an event booked in November, but it's actually the same weekend as I'm going to the US now. So I was kind of like throwing that idea out the window. I'm kind of focused on 40k right now whilst I go to this big event. But yeah, like AOS isn't dead on the channel. It's just like trying to focus on everything is kind of difficult. I'm just gonna, while I've got loads of blue on my palette, I'm gonna paint some more swords. Just kind of paint them all. I know what I'll do is I'll put them on this side. That would make a lot more sense. I'll put this on the floor, so there's space to put them down. I've got a hell of a lot of paint on the palette, so I may as well use it to paint the base coat some more swords while I'm here. But they're all chips. I guess this guy, the guy I bought them from, like, painted his Dread Knights and had a great time with them, then started adding interceptors and just got bored, it seems like. Because like they're all like nowhere near being done. But it's fun because I like, it's like finishing touches. It's nice. It's like got the bulk of it done, so I don't need to worry too much about the painting. I can just do the fun touches, the fun finishing touches. So I'm just painting these while I'm waiting for the other swords to dry off so they can get a second coat before we airbrush. But that game air is like, it's almost like an ink. It's so strong, so saturated, but also super duper thin. But yeah, I'm enjoying the Grey Knights. I'm enjoying having fun, a bit of fun with them. I just wish I could play them a bit more, because like having them at Sanctuary is a little bit far away. I'm actually secret exposed. I'm actually starting to shop around in terms of new venues to move Hellstorm to. I'm actually looking for like a little bit of a larger space, that a little bit closer to home, to move the studio, the Battle Report studio, obviously at Sanctuary, to, and the stuff I do at home, like the painting. Wrong one. I'm actually looking at like moving everything. So like this studio that we're in right now is my spare bedroom. And I'm looking to move it all to one independent place, independent of any house or home, and move Hellstorm as a whole to somewhere cool. Which will be good because I'll have a little bit more space, because this space is fine, but it's like limiting because I don't have enough space to like do other stuff. Like half my house is dedicated to work, Warhammer. Loads of space to put my pile of shame. But also like like the Bat Report studio is great, but it's a little bit too far away. And also I have to like double up all my gear. So like everything that I use to film games with, I've kind of had to like double up and buy everything again, because I have like a fully functioning streaming PC here that I use for editing. And everything, you know, it's like it's my entire life, that PC. But then I've had to do it all again and make a laptop version of the stream setup to use at Sanctuary because I can't take my PC to Sanctuary every time I want to play a game. That would be ridiculous. So I've had to like double up all my streaming gear, but it's also meant I've got like kind of like got two okay stream setups, but like not one super mega one. Collectively, it would be a super mega one, but I don't have that because of the fact that it's in two different locations. So I'm looking at like moving the setups from both things, both the Battle Report studio and the painting / streaming studio that I do at home, into one location, which is pretty scary because obviously it's like probably a higher cost than what I'm going to be used to, but also pretty fun because I'll be able to have like a cool workspace that I can go to work and then leave. I'll be able to have people around to help paint stuff. I'll have more space to do big projects, and I won't have to have work at home, which will also be nice. So that's kind of like what's going on in the background, as well as this big tournament in October. That's starting to like make moves as well. I'm looking for somewhere to move my work into one place. I call it work, my Warhammer. But as someone who also works from home, I know it's easy to get distracted sometimes. Separate place can help with productivity. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly another thing. Is like my productivity will hopefully be increased because I'm so easily distracted at the best of times. But having on my like being at home, it'd be nice to have like a workspace where I'm like, right, I've got this much amount of hours to do it today because I'm leaving, which would be quite nice. But yeah, so I'm like starting to like plan out what I can do, what sort of space I'm looking for, and how much space I'd want to do. I've always wanted to do a podcast, but like not over Discord. Very similar to like Painting Phase, not like the genre, but like the vibe of like having like a few people in a room and having a good conversation. But the problem is with Sanctuary, it's just a bit too far away to have any regular guests as well as doing battle reports and stuff. Because all of us who play at Sanctuary or like film at Sanctuary, except for Nick, who's Nottingham, we're all Sheffield based, but then we travel to Sanctuary, which is like Mansfield, which doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like a good hour's traveling time, so it's like it's hard to commit people to do it all the time. So I'm looking for somewhere a little bit closer to home for all of us, so we've all got like easy access to this place, so we can do a little bit more content. And like big projects, like big painting projects, like obviously we did the Leviathan. Now that video never came out due to just some complications with filming, but like I had Tom over to help film with it, and it was like really cramped, but it was nice. It was nice to have Tom there. So it'd be nice to have like a cool painting space that's like more communal. It'd be nice to be able to like have the guys over to game every week, so we get to hang out a lot more. So I'm just starting to like shop around basically because it sounds like I've kind of like got it in my head that I'm going to move, and now I'm like really excited for it. But it's like it had a cost, you know. I'm sure you know how excited and surprised I am you've gone hard in with Grey Knights. Really hope they get some interesting ways to use them in the Codex and mostly hammers. Yeah, I like really enjoyed the playstyle the other night with Grey Knights. I was like super chuffed with how it went. So I'm a bit like I feel like I just want to get. I've got a bit of a hard on for Grey Knights right now. I thought they were super fun to play. Yeah, they're hard to play, but they were super fun to play. But yeah, so there's a bit of things happening in the background, of Hellstorm at the minute, and I'm kind of excited for it. So like I want somewhere where I can basically have a bit more space for the printers, so I can have like a little printing studio that I can actually film in. Because at the minute it's just a tiny box room, which is not suitable to film in. It sounds shit and it looks shit because I have too much stuff in there. But somewhere where I can stream games still. You know, I'm not planning on not streaming games at all. Don't get me wrong. So I'd like that to remain. But then I'd also like somewhere in the same space to do what I'm doing now, like stream painting and stream talking head stuff. So I kind of want it to become like a unified setup. But also then, like, what else could I do with that space? Because a lot of it's coming down to, like, essentially I need more space for storage. But, like, what can I do with that space? Like, could I put a little podcast studio in there? Like, 2 nice little chairs and have a camera there and some microphones constantly set up? That would be cool. It'd be cool to be able to, like, make videos with people in a more comfortable space rather than kind of, like, just doing it over Discord or talking on, I don't know, just standing in the studio. Be cool to have, like, a little place where I can, like, record videos with people and do intros to videos there, maybe. Have, like, a little set, essentially, for, like, filming intros, filming talking head videos that aren't just, like, me at my computer again. I'm enjoying my trips to Sheffield. The Cutlery Works for lunch is to draw. Yeah, Cutlery Works is great. But yeah. Leaving house is one of the best parts of the day. Coming home is also great. Being at home all day I hate. Yeah, it's been weird because, like, I've been at home consistently for like 3 years now. It's been very strange. It is very weird. Sometimes you can feel very isolated, even though it's like kind of like brought on by yourself. You know, I'm at home. I'm at home all day every day. So I'm like, why do I want to leave the house? But it'd just be nice to just leave the house for a little bit. Have you thought about retail parks? They tend to be easier and cheaper on rent. Yeah, I'm kind of like shopping around now. Not anything like super like immediately, but I'm starting to like shop around essentially. Just because I think it'd be nice. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to have a bit more space to do what I do, to be able to expand a little bit. As I said, like podcasting, more space for filming videos. I'm working with Josh from the Pickle Jar quite a bit, and it'd be nice for him to be able to come over and do a lot more work with me, but it's a bit more difficult because it's like, come over to my house. My house is a tip because I've got so much stuff everywhere, so I don't want people coming to my house. But also it'd be nice for him to be able to come over and help film stuff with a little bit more space around, because like filming painting's great, but it'd be nice to get some like more interesting shots because I've got this and that's it. It'd be nice to have like a camera on the other side. I leave home and end up in an office by myself every day. 98% of the time, I'm like the only person within a mile. Yeah, that's also the other thing. I don't want to just be on my own all the time. So I've asked about. I've got some things in motion. Maybe I won't be alone. I might be just like another joint unit, kind of like I've got a sanctuary, but we'll see. But yeah, just things are happening. Things are happening. You can hang a big sign outside and then invite us over. Yeah, it'd be nice to have like somewhere that's a little bit easy to access, so I can do more stuff like that as well. It'd be like, hey, I need to film a battle report with someone. Do you fancy meeting us today? Because a lot of the time it's like it's a bit of a shitter because like Sanctuary's a bit far away, so I can't be arsed a lot of the time. As bad as that sounds, I just can't be bothered. If you want to play a game of Warhammer, but then every time you want to go and play that game, you've got to drive over an hour, are you going to do it as much? And the answer is no. I'm talking from experience. It's been good. I've got no hate against Sanctuary. It's a great place. It's just a little bit too far away. Anyway, I need a knife. Give me a second. So we've got some parafilm. As you mentioned last time, this is great for masking. This is some laboratory film. And with this, once you cut it, you can stretch it. And we're going to use this to mask the knights before we go in and airbrush them. I've just unraveled it all for some reason. So parafilm, as we mentioned last time, you kind of cut it and you can stretch it, which is super fun. It's definitely going to break this Interceptor's backpack, but we'll be fine. So you peel off the backing. If you can peel off the backing. So you peel off the backing. And then this stuff stretches and then sticks to itself. It's very convenient for what you want it to do. So you stretch it out. Again, if you've already seen this, sorry if I'm teaching you to suck eggs. I'm trying to film it so I can make it into a video. Stretch that bad boy out, like so. Don't tear it too much because you rip a hole into it. And then what we do is we wrap it around the bits we want to mask. Like so. Now it's definitely going to break that backpack just because of the fact that it was not glued very well by yours truly. And then we'll pull this bit around here just to wrap the base. Then this bit we'll wrap over here, like so. There we go. Ta-da! Then same again. It's a big trek for no particular reason why there must be great space within a couple of miles, fingers crossed. Yeah, the reason I went to Sanctuary is because they had the space and they're good friends of mine. And it was kind of like I couldn't afford anything when I first moved, you know? The reason I moved the studio in the first place was because Georgie had moved in and it was getting a bit difficult having people over when she'd just finished work and stuff, you know? It wasn't really fair on George to, like, come home and not be able to, like, go in the front room and stuff. So, like, Sanctuary was, like, a really nice stepping stone for me because I couldn't afford to go into anything big because I wasn't making a lot of money. I'd not long since gone full-time, so most of my money was going on wages. So, like, Sanctuary, like, came in really clutch because I was kind of like, I need some space. I don't know what to do. And they were like, well, we've got some space. Do you want to have a look? And I was like, oh, hello. Great. And it worked really well. The problem is I've just outgrown it now. I've outgrown the space here, and I've outgrown the space at Sanctuary. So they've been great. I just need a bit more space now, I think. And I think I'd be able to create a bit more interesting opportunities for myself by having a little bit more space. Now you're rolling in dough and going to splash on a 2,000 square foot office. I'm not going to do a BAM. I'm not going to do Broken Anvil Miniatures. I am still very poor. But I'm looking for something a little bit closer to home because I'm kind of thinking, well, I'll save money on fuel as well, which is obviously a big expense too. Brad cannons are tasty, but so are the combi guns. Combi guns are alright, yeah. And they can actually interact with the strats now. Don't be full wrap your tool. Hell yeah. You could do it without masking, but there's so much chances of fucking it up, you know? But yeah, if you ever see me do a Kickstart, guys, and then suddenly I've got like a 2,000 square feet office, give me a slap. Okay? Okay. Don't want to be like Bam, do we? Which hopefully I should have the video out for that this week. I'm kind of leaving it a very long time to cover this news story, but... Oh, ripped a bit there. Those poor brave boys look like they've been webbed. Yeah, they've been to see Shelob, mate. Or Slanesh, who knows? Getting the backing of this is so awkward. Come on. The problem is I've got no fucking nails. Come on. Come on. You fucking ripped. There we go. Captured by Dog the Bounty Hunter. Yeah. Got a bounty on you, man. Got a bounty on you. What a weird fucking show that was. What is? Commercialize capturing people and then make a TV show out of it. Fucking wild. So strange. America's so weird. Cool. Then, if we missed a bit, or we're not sure we missed a bit of base, we're going to use a bit of cling film or plasti wrap. I don't know what Americans call it. To like cover the base and any extra bits if we really want to. If we're feeling a bit unsure about it, we can use a bit of cling film because it's cheaper. It does the same thing. Doesn't hold as well. That's what I'll say with cling film. So do be careful if you're just using cling film. The reason I like to use parafilm first is because it grips to itself really nicely. But cling film's fine for like just going around the base, because if it goes on the base, I won't be too upset. If it goes on the model, I'll be pretty annoyed. Oof, nearly straight in the paint. Oh, good. Yeah, I think it was when I went to Midwinter Minis then and saw his little studio, which is now lost. But when I saw Midwinter Minis' little studio, I was like, wow, this is really cool and really nice. And he had like Hattie working there and himself working there. And he had like a nice little filming studio with like a little editing office where he does that work. And I was a bit like, wow, this is really nice. I'd really love this. And then ever since I've been like, yeah, that's what I want. So if I go bankrupt because I get an office, I'm blaming Midwinter Minis totally. But yeah, like ever since I saw his little setup, I was kind of like, that's really nice. And I do just really want it. Purely because I'd like to move to a point where I can kind of go like, oh, I'm looking for a staff member. And if I do that now, I can't work with them because I can't have them work in my house. And I can't go to... I don't want to turn Sanctuary into an office. Because Sanctuary's a bit too far away. And that's the rain crux. I was kind of like, wow, Sanctuary's so far compared to what it should be. So I can't really utilize that space. So I'm paying for the space I can't really utilize properly. Which kind of doesn't make a lot of sense, really. But I said, I've got a lot of love for them. They've done me a massive solid to put me on this far. But it's kind of like a stepping stone, you know? I wasn't planning on staying at Sanctuary forever, if I could help it. So now I'm looking for the next stepping stone, essentially. Which I think is cool. It's exciting, you know? I've only been able to really do it because of sponsorships, but mostly members. You know, like, as bad as it is when I'm like, I need 10 members every stream. It's like, it's stuff like that. That sort of revenue and that sort of income is like really, really good because it means I can like expand a little bit, and that's what I've been kind of like working towards. At what point would it be just worth moving closer to Sanctuary? Well, consider what it's like to try and move in this sort of day and age. Like move house anyway. But also, Georgie works in Sheffield. My family's in Sheffield. A lot of my friends are in Sheffield. Because what I've got to remember is not only me travelling. It'd be better if I live closer for me to travel day in, day out if I'm going to go work there. And use it as like an office. But also like the people I work with, like Elliot and stuff like that, are a lot further away. A lot of people live within Sheffield and Manchester. So it's awkward for them as well. Just use blue tack. You can just use blue tack, definitely. But you can peel the paint, so you have to be careful. I wonder what you'd be like as a boss. I can see it. He would be like Jonah Jameson. I will actually be like Jonah Jameson. That's exactly how I'd be like. Okay, so once we've masked it all off, we're ready to airbrush. Let's get some more blue down, baby. That's exactly how I'd be like. Jonah Jameson. What, you're ill today? Now go on and give me pictures of Spider-Man. That's what I'd say every day. Sign on my emails like, you're in real trouble, you really need to sort your job out, or you're going to get fired, so go and get me some pictures of Spider-Man. It's so funny that that guy who played him was like the perfect casting. There's like no one else who could play J. Jonah Jameson, except for that man. Can't remember his name. I tell you, he was like perfect casting, weren't he? Just remember when the chips were down, JJ protected Peter's identity despite the threat to himself. Exactly, that's the type of boss I'd be. Absolute wanker, except for that one time. When I'm on death's door, I would protect you. But otherwise, I'm going to be a massive wanker. Right, let's get some Abyss Blue in here now. J.K. Simmons, that's his name, yeah. Good, bro. I want the Marine credits come out so I know if I want jumping cessors in all my old cards list. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough, Mercenary. Okay, so Abyss Blue. So we're not going to go into the recess as always. We're going to start on the outside and work his way in. Now, there's not going to be a huge difference here because it's a mixture of two colours and one of them is Abyss Blue. What we can do is start like flattening out that colour that we painted on. This is very watery. This is a very similar colour that was base coated before, actually. Keep drifting in and out. Has Mikey been bitten by a radioactive spider? No, but I just want pictures of it. They're trying to work out what I'd be like as a boss. I think I'd be sick. I'd be a great boss. Still very thin. Get some super light base coats down. Because we're basically only missing the recess here. We're just hitting everything else. Just like so. It's hard knowing what you'd be like as a boss till you are a boss. Most people start at one extreme or the other, either a bell end or trying to be the staff mate. Neither works. Need a solid middle ground. Mikey would just flip from one to the other and make you have the keys because he'd always be late for work. Thanks. But yeah, I don't know what I'd be like as a boss. I don't know if I want to be one. They get someone else to be my boss. That probably makes more sense. I'm hiring you to be my boss to make me do more stuff and be better at doing what I do. Maybe that would make the most sense. I'm just have to hire Georgiana. I want you to help me do my job better. So you're my boss. However, I pay the bills. Why does my camera keep going off? Any better? Sorry, chat. Interesting. Oh, there's a hole in that. That's no good. You turn into Linus. Yeah, I need to sell it to someone else. There's a bit of a hole here, so I'm just going to put a little bit of cling film over it. The nice thing about cling film is you can use heat to set it. So you use like the hairdryer to fill it, to hold it all together again. I did a tournament with the Grey Knights. So like I only play Space Marines in tournaments. Do Grey Knights count as Space Marines? Ah, I've done it as well as a whole there. No. One person has said no. The Grey Knights count as Space Marines. They play very different. I only really use my Blood Ravens in tournaments, so they're definitely not Grey Knights. So probably not, mate. My next tournament is Atlanta. I imagine I'll be using a new codex by then. Well, who could say? I was going to be taking Death Watch, which arguably are Astartes, just to confirm. But I'm going to try and call me out there. So yeah, I probably won't be playing them in tournaments. Just playing them a lot on the channel because I like them. Let's vote on it and you could pick the outcome. True. True, Conga Stewie. I've got some Witching Horror Blue. A little bit of water. It's still quite thin. This is still quite dark. We probably could have just gone straight to this one, to be honest. Is it gone off again? Yeah, I probably could have gone straight to this colour. Are you not playing All Stars? No, mate. Of course not. I'm the organizer. I'm not playing in my own event. Don't call me Steve Box. I haven't played my own event in many years. And that was only because of lockdown, I think. Yeah, I've got too much stuff to do to be playing in the event. Never mind, like the backlash of doing well at your own tournament. Make me and Detnol play each other. I did in Gigawatt Blue now, chat. You see my list? First mistake, that wasn't it? Make and deck. By game 6, you'll both be at the bottom table and against each other naturally. Savage, because Steve will also be there. There's a deal with this. It keeps popping out for some reason. It's a brand new cable, so I shouldn't be having an issue. Bottom 63v3. There you go. I've got some Gigawatt Blue in there now, so you're not going to go as far down. It's still really close to this colour. About halfway, I think. Maybe? What do you reckon? Yeah, maybe a little bit less than that. You get another 3 colours on this. A bit more than halfway. I'm glad everyone's super excited for the event. It makes like doing all the organisation for it look better. There are probably going to be some streams soon where I'm just like, yeah, painting terrain today. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, it's boring. Painting more terrain. The event's a week away. Painting more terrain. That's kind of where I'm at the minute. A little bit more manufacturing than it's all painting. About 9:30 on the Saturday Mercenary. Now we're going about halfway with the blend. We're closer to the right colour now. So a little bit halfway with the blend and then just like more colour towards the top of the blade. Early, you have to leave early, true. Look at those beautifully kept nails, Mike. He could be on Warmer Plus and not get complaints. Oh, can you remember that? What a fucking knobhead that was. Some guy we had to ban from Discord because he was being a fucking knobhead because there was like a chipped nail or something on Warmer Plus. Fucking incel. That was really cringe, wasn't it? Okay, so now we're going to go pure gigawatt with a tiny drop of white in to start doing the highlight. Because that was gigawatt with some blue in it still. Gigawatt isn't quite the right tone I was wanting. I think verdigris is closer. Maybe a little bit of verdigris, but is this verdigris paint? Is it super thin? Found that fucking ball, the end stuff. A little bit of white in there. Use a bit of Pro Krill. Most of this Pro Acrylic, it's really hard to get like the last of the paint out. I think the bottle plastic is a bit weird compared to what I'm used to. So you can't really like squeeze it. Not easily anyway. Is it actually going anywhere? No. Great. I'm going to thin it down to make it thinner. That would be helpful. I can't tell if my nozzle is blocked or the paint's just too thick to go anywhere. I want to be handed my wooden spoon by Mikey himself, not posted. Then yes, you'll have to stick around for it, I'm afraid. But I usually give the spoon to the last person who actually stuck around. Because it's like so annoying when someone wins a spoon or a prize and then they fuck off and it's like, oh, okay. Well, clearly you don't want it, so someone else can have it. Who actually stuck around. Okay, so now I've got some white in there. Let's go even higher. Let's go high, baby. Not quite the right blue I wanted, but it's nice. I wanted more like this blue, but I don't think... It's more like... I don't know. Not quite saturated, I was hoping. That's fine. Still looks good. Still exactly what we're looking for. You know, like a nice blue blend. I already picked out space for it. Also going to get a jar of Steve's tears. Excellent. Excellent. Then you're going to have a great time because he has loads. I cry cider. Let's add a bit more white to get the ends. A bit more, he said. Fucking half the tub in there. But now I'm super glad everyone's super excited for it. I'm really looking forward to it, but I'm also really nervous. Really nervous about it. There's so much to do. Cool. So that's one colour done. Great job, me. Great job, me. You even going to practice RTT? You okay, Steve? You okay, mate? You're right there. Just a reminder, if you are coming to the All-Stars, you need some coaching. There is a coaching level membership. You want me to write the list to win? Check out the coaching membership. I'll write you a list from BCP. Hey, Megasaurus, how you doing, bud? So good and tasty. Is this organic? All right, now got our old faithful little tiny tape. Just got to the old grindstone. Ah, fair, mate. Hope it's not too bad for you today. So we got our old faithful tapes. This is painting, I think it's Tamiya, this one. Well, it's fucking years. That's why it's so dusty on the outside. It's so gross. But with this, we can just tape the sword on one side. That's why I prefer doing swords than halberds. Halberds are a pain. Halberds, I don't bother doing the mirror effect anymore. They're just a pain in the arse. The thing is, what we're going to do is make sure we do it consistently, at least per squad. Well, I'm going to try and do it consistently the entire time. I'm going to do it this side purely because it's easy to stick the tape on this side for where my hand is. So stick a strip of tape down straight down that side to mask that side off. We'll stick that to there so it doesn't go anywhere. We'll do the same on the reverse side. Going to start the day for a boost. Oh, you're so welcome, mate. You're very kind. Don't know what happened to that, but it should be okay. So that side of the sword, the right side of the blade is blocked. So we'll block the left side so the left can get the reverse. So the opposite side of the tape. The sword, the tape we've already done. Like that. We can even nip them at the top because they're slightly crossed over. Beautiful. Then we can paint each side of the sword now. We just want to make sure it's all stuck down because we don't want any gaps because we're going to be airbrushing. So we don't want any air gaps because that's where paint can get to. Bam. 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 Double-sided. Let's go. These are a lot easier than fucking Cal Rodrigo's sword. The thing is with stuff like this as well, it's like the more you do it, the easier it gets. 100%. First try, baby. First try again. Oh my god, I'm so professional. This is unreal. Yeah, I was going to curl that bit over because I missed the tip. Oh, then again, I'm going to be highlighting the tip with white anyway. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Oh, I made that too short. Dickhead. Hey, Mikey, because you're famous and all, have you met any pro painters that have given you the real super secrets to painting that all us players never get to learn? I don't think so. Not like crazy secrets. Like a lot of really professional painters, like Golden Demon winners or as good as, have taught me a lot about painting. I don't think there's any like crazy secrets. A lot of them are monetized these days. You know, a lot of people who are like who have these crazy secrets that you might be speaking of have monetized it. I don't think there's anything that like people are just missing that other pro painters are doing. It's all just like, unless they're hiding it from other people as well. But like, it's all just like learning how to do brush control and shit. That's all people talk about these days. Unless you're Ninja, then it's like try not to reinvent slap chop challenge impossible. I've got a lot of time for Ninja and I love his videos. But man, has he been trying to recreate the glory of slap chop and just missed the mark so many times. The reason that slap chop was so popular is one, the video was very funny. That Rob did initially. And it was very easy to do with good effects, you know. It was dry brush and apply contrast. The end. You have painted models. You've completed it. There's been so many people trying to like recreate that hype of this is better than Slapshot. This is Slapshot 2. But yeah, it's a bit tongue in cheek as well, which is totally fair. And again, Ninjon is great. It's just that he was the most recent one, which made me laugh. The Smash Chop or whatever it's called. Just missing the mark. The reason Slapshot was so popular is because it's fucking piss easy to do and looked alright. But a lot of the time it comes down to people trying to do the slap chop, but then like adding loads of extra steps. So it's like that's not the same, you know. It's not going to capture the same market because the whole reason slap chop was popular, so it's fucking piss easy to do in 2 steps. You know, dry brush, contrast, the end. Basing, which doesn't count. It's slap chop with steps. Yeah, it's like slap chop with extra steps. It doesn't make sense, you know. Ninja overcomplicated the new one. No, I agree. Yeah, but it's like it's funny, you know. It's like I do feel like a lot of it is tongue in cheek. Damn it, this one keeps pissing everywhere. Is my camera flickering on and off? I need a new cable. I have like an adapter and a HDMI cable, and it seems to be playing up for some reason. definitely. Now it's just off. Fuck me. That's just straight up off now. Oh, this adapter's covered in paint. That might be why. The adapter's covered in paint. That's obviously from airbrushing something. That might be why it's struggling. Because the fucking wire I'm trying to plug in is covered in paint. I don't think it's the camera. Worse now. Yeah, I just unplugged it, don't worry. Let's back on. I'll get it a second. Any advice from painting black from all the expert painters you know? There's a few ways you can paint black. You can like paint it black and then highlight it like blue. That's a nice way to do it. I did quite a good dry brush, but I just haven't got around to doing it. And now Deathwatch is shit, so I'm almost like, do I bother? Yeah, so you can like dry brush multiple colors and wash it black all over. That works really well. But yeah, a lot of people just paint it blue though. The problem is if you start going grey, it looks grey. But if you add blue, it tricks your eyes to think it's black. Because black usually looks blue under light. So, anyway, we have our sword masked on both sides. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start airbrush it from the beginning. So we're going to paint dark blue over the white bit. Like so. And it's going to take a couple of coats because we're going from white to dark blue. But it's going to look lighter. I'm going to add a little bit of black to this again, just to get a deeper colour, which will focus in the shade, in the recesses, sorry, or the end even. So we're going to focus on the end of the blade, which is the opposite of what we just did. So for this, we'll focus on the tip. Cool. And then we'll go straight to our mid-tone from there, because we've done the deepest part. Now we just need to re-establish the middle again. We don't want black in there, really. I'm running out of space in my water pot, though. I need a proper sink, proper dirty sink somewhere. So we'll go straight from that to Witching Hour Blue, not Witching Horror Blue, Witching Hour. I feel like I go through more paint with my airbrushes than normal. Yeah, it's pretty normal, that, to be fair. You're going to feel like you're wasting a lot more, but you just have to remember like how much you put on your palette if you're doing it by hand, which will feel very similar. If you're putting too much in your airbrush for little jobs, then yeah, you're going to feel like you're wasting more. Kind of just learning like portion size, I guess, for paint for airbrushing. Nice and easy, right down the middle with this colour again. Focusing more towards the tip than the middle. Or the handle now, because we're doing the reverse. I'll do it again, but with... Which one was it? A little bit of Gigawatt Blue. I'll put a little bit of verdigris in there as well to get a bit more of a bluey tone. Give me that turquoisey green tone. Just a little bit though, not too much. And then same again. About halfway with this one. I think my music has stopped. Yeah. I'll fix my music. There you go. Better? Yeah. Cool, so now we'll add... we'll probably spray a lot of that out. Put Gigawatt Blue in and a bit of white. Just trying to clean out the colours a little bit. Just spray a bunch of water through, that usually helps. So just some water. A little bit of verdigris. Get that turquoisey tone in. A little bit of Gigawatt. That's our main colour. And then some white. But not too much white. It's one of those days at work, my dudes. At least I have the stream to come back to. Sorry it sucks, bro. Hopefully this could be a little bit of respite between meetings, etc. Okay, right. So we got a super high colour. We got one more colour after this, so we don't go too far. Right, a third of the way down like that. Oh, the bottom. Forgot the bottom. This is super thin, so it's spraying really nicely, and it's white, so it's got quite a large pigment. So you have to be like careful not to go too far because it'll just completely cover and speckle. Hey Naz, how you doing, buddy? What's the tea? Oh, we were talking about Unity this morning because we're all epic gamers. We were talking about how Unity wants to fucking like rob the world of every game developer of every piece of scrap of penny they've ever earned. You know, standard company shit. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for popping by. Shame Unity not being epic gamers. They're being the opposite, yeah, literally. They're just being incel gamers. Hey, Popcorn, thanks for the 20 months, brother. Can't stick around as I just want to say hi. Well, thank you so much, mate. That's really kind of you. Thanks for being a member for 20 months in a row. That's super cool. Just need some more white for the last highlight, and then we can rip the tape off. Definitely running low with that paint. Got a bit of dry paint on the needle, so nothing's coming out. There we go. Try again. So last highlight, and then we can take the tape off. Oversprayed. Excellent. It's very, very thin, so I've got to be careful. Like so. As the thing with Pro Acrylic, it's such a good white. It's just fucking oversprayed and smashing up all the blending we've done if I do it wrong. So I'm just very gently rocking my finger back and forth just to get a tiny bit of paint out at a time. But I don't want to go too much because it'll look silly. Okay, that's that. Yeah, I think that abyss blue dried on my needle. That's why it's not working. But we're done. We're done now. Let's get the airbrush quick clean. Where's my blue roller? What's that? And then just the cotton bud just to clean out the nozzle. There you go. We've got most of it now. Bit of cleaner. These kind of quiet, self-reflective streams are always my favorite, as they're super genuine and really highlight your passion for this. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I like these streams just because, like, there's so many people that are so loud on the internet that do what I do, similar, but they're just really loud and boisterous about it. They don't play, they don't really like engage. Don't really like engage with the game. They just like to moan about it because views. And I kind of like just be like, I quite like these streams because, one, I like showing people what I can do. I like and enjoy painting. It's a nice way to force myself to paint every week. But also it's kind of like the 3 streams I do every week are each aspect of my hobby. Like, on a Monday, I talk about competitive Warhammer. On a Wednesday, I paint Warhammer. And on a Friday, I play Warhammer. So it's kind of nice that I can stream 3 times a week, and it's 3 different aspects of what I enjoy about the game and the community and stuff. And I don't ever want people just to think that I'm just like... I don't want people just to think I'm full of shit, you know? Like, yeah, I joke about it. I joke about being full of shit. But I don't want people to think, oh, he doesn't actually play, just moans. Where it's like, yeah, I actually play every week. You know, it's kind of like just like gets a bit of everything. I cover all bases, cover all ground. That's the bit I enjoy. Hey, George Wright, thank you so much for the gifted. Thank you so much, George. Mighty, make sure. Sorry, Naz, make sure you say thank you. Gifted number. Appreciate it, George. That's really kind of you, mate. 3 parts of Warhammer: drama, airbrush issues, and beating Tom. Yes, exactly that. But no, I just like, you know, I'm a big fan of Warhammer, but I don't want people just to think I'm just a guy who shouts at his computer and moans about things. You know, like, I'm quite passionate about what we do. So, but anyway, these are the 3 main colours we used. We use this one, Imperial Blue. And we also use a little bit of verdigris. But yeah, I just like really enjoy Warhammer, and I really enjoy talking about it, and I'm really passionate about the game. So when I like moan about things, I feel like I have some like credit, you know, credit where credit's due. Whose army you'd never play? Your army. True. Would never play Decknell's army. Kind of sucks. Army I'd never play. Tau. Tau cringe. Okay, so now we're gonna dry them off and warm up the tape with the hairdryer. And then we're gonna peel them off. Are you ready? It's time for the big review. A little bit of overspill, but that's all right. You ready? I'll do it with tweezers, that'd be better. Easy. The forfeit for Friday night gaming chooses your next list for battle report. Yeah, but Elliot has to do it all as well. We spoke about this. So we were doing the forfeits for Friday for the game stream. Elliot has to be able to do it as well, and Elliot won't be able to play next Friday. So it has to be a forfeit either one of us could do. I wrote down drinking Pepsi and milk. I wrote down gifting memberships, because you can both do that. And I don't want it to be like, oh, in 3 months can Elliot do something, because it's going to be every 2 weeks. So forfeits have to be doable, like readily available, you know? I love how all the forfeits are preordained that Mikey's going to lose. I know. No one's got faith. They forget that I'm a professional gamer and Elliot isn't. Elliot's never been paid the game. I have. Let me stick that bit back on because I want to do a glamour shot of this and I just fucking broke him. But yeah, it has to be something that either person can do because it's going to be like, we're going to have like guests in the future and the forfeits are going to be similar. And like, if I had Vince on the week after, he can't be like, oh yeah, on battle report on Friday, on game night, I'm going to play this because he's not going to be there. It's not that we don't have faith, it's a sadistic nature. Remaking the Space Marine Codex meme was quite good. For God's sake. These fucking stick things on the backpacks are so annoying. They're such thin plastic. And they're the only determination that these guys can fly. Content in the next 2 weeks, right? Well, maybe. There he is. Shiny sword. Magoo's not getting his Miller and Carter dinner, probably enough. It was a good attempt, though. But yeah, drinking, gifting. There's a couple more that I wrote down, but I can't remember. But we'll be deciding between ourselves before we start on Friday. But yeah, it has to be something that we can both do because I want it to be like, I want to be able to collab with other people. I don't want it to just be like, do this very specific thing in 4 weeks. Like, no. It's something we can do at the time. I want it in the stream. Thanks, Mikey. That's all I needed. I didn't say anything. You can take me to Miller and Carter. But what if Elliot loses? He'd have to take you to Miller and Carter, and he doesn't hang out in the live streams as much. That'd just be a bit weird. Be very awkward. You'd have nothing in common. If I lose and I had to take Mercenary Cube to Miller and Carter, at least we've met. You know? How would Elliot know what you look like? Would you be the girl in the red dress? at the Miller and Carter? Who knows? We don't even know. We got no idea. Beautiful. The tape's a little bit lopsided, but when we got the white line on it, it's going to look a lot straighter. We need to do a bit of blending as well, where it's smudged. This satisfying. See all these tape rips? The tape pulls. Oh yeah, we have met IRL. Oh yeah, it was at Warhammer Fest, weren't he? We got there with or we, me and you, me and Elliot, you and Elliot. Who knows? Have you met Elliot? How would he know who you are? Or would it be like a blind date? We'd have to set it up. I mean, see, there's so much complication. But yeah, the main idea is that we can do it there and then. I want the forfeit to be on stream at the time, you know, or at least doable within the next few hours. And that could be a cool way for me to collab with people who can't like easily access like either the UK or like my studio to film games and stuff. So Elliot is like the test bed essentially. Because I'd love to do it with like other content creators, see if they want to like challenge me in this little thing. Because I thought that'd be a fun way to collab where it's not just like, hello, how did you get into Warhammer? And it's like everybody and their dog has done that collaboration, you know? And like I started doing like interviews on live streams, but I think live it's a little bit, unless you've got something to do, I think live interviews are a little bit more awkward. Because they might not have the same vibe as you, which you've kind of got to figure out on the fly. Because I did it a few times. Obviously, I used to stream every single Monday with Jay from Mohawk Miniatures, and then he broke off, wanted to do his own thing, which is fine. He didn't want to stream on a Monday anymore. With me, he wanted to do his own things, which I was like, yeah, cool. I started like experimenting with like streaming with other people to fill that gap, and it didn't work for what I wanted to do, because obviously Mondays is great for like filming to make content, and like to cover news and stuff like that. And people, I did it with DC, that was quite good because me and DC go way back, so that was quite nice to like stream with him on a Monday night and talk about the news of that week. But it didn't really work. It wasn't the same vibe. It was good, but not. It was like not quite what I was aiming for, you know. It was like because DC hadn't live streamed before, so he wasn't used to it. So it's a bit strange. I told you my actual name and wonder if you remember. I remember your face, if that helps. But yeah, but then I started live streaming with like a few other people. I had Liam from Goonhammer, but that was more like an interview type thing. And we talked about the stats of that week, which weren't too bad. And I had a few other people on. I had Maxine on, she was great. But it was just, the problem was with it is it was a bit just like a bit formal, I think, and I wasn't a fan of it. That's why I stopped taking Monday guests. That's when Mondays I start going solo. Boo, I want all my memberships back. If you want, I can just go to the All Stars customers and probably find you that way, and then I can lie and pretend I remembered your name. I'm very bad with names, best of times, mate. The fact that I remember your face is important, and I will call you mercenary in person. So yeah, like having other people on was good and bad at the same time. It was just a bit weird a lot of the time because I wasn't used. It was like difficult because they're not used to it, and I'm not used to having other people on and trying to like. Essentially, I was being a bad host. A lot of it came down to me being a bad host. But I'd like to do something where so like you might struggle to be a bad host if we're like playing games together and having a laugh. You know, we've got something like really on rather than like one-on-one having a conversation. So that's something I've been thinking about, and that's why I want to do this sort of collaboration. You know, and like an interesting, different way to do, like get people on stream, but also not have a Discord interview because everybody and their dog has one, and do it this way. So that's my plan. That's my plan. But my plan is to call it a day because it is 2 o'clock and I'm starving. And I've got a battle report to finish editing, which I'm hopefully going to be releasing this evening. So whilst I'm not painting any more models today, I really need to pee. I really need to go eat, and I'm going to release a battle report instead. It's a combat patrol game between myself versus Jules and Beanie from Live and Let's Die. So obviously we talked about their Titan video that went out this week. I've got a video, like a collab video, to go out with them. So I'm going to try and get that out this evening, probably like 6 o'clock or something. So yeah, so that's it. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you so much for all the gifted memberships. Obviously, we had Mercenary and Louis Thompson, Greg, both gifted 5 subs straight away to get us over that goal to start trigger the giveaway. Thank you to everyone else who gifted the membership as well. We had Big C gifted. We had George Wright gifted. Riverside gifted, and then a bunch of other people become members as well. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Memberships are the best way to support me. If you enjoy what I do, they help keep the lights on. They help me expand. They help me to do more things. So thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. I really appreciate you all. And hopefully I'll catch you on Friday for the big stream starting at 8 p.m. British summertime with myself and Elliot going head to head to do one of the forfeits. Shall I show you the forfeits we've got? These are the ones I wrote down. It's not opening. Great. Oh, there we go. These sneak peek at the forfeits. Gift 5 members, drink Pepsi milk mixed, film a video begging Henry Cavill to play us on stream, do the Pokemon rap, or post on Am I Hot? So they're the forfeits for Friday anyway. But yeah, we'll see which one we actually have to do. But thank you so much for tuning in. Tom, I'm glad you enjoyed the Titan game. It was good fun to be a part of. But yeah, I've got a combat patrol game. It's Grey Knights versus Necrons, actually, using the combat patrol rules. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hopefully will see you again Friday. But if not, I will see you on Monday, as always, at 7 p.m. That's the main time to stream. So thanks for watching. I love you, and bye-bye for now. Bye. 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 Just wait for it to stop doing it. Bye.